Mowry Clinic provides the Salina community with a comprehensive spectrum of services delivered with compassion and sensitivity. We strive to create a partnership with our patients that promotes health and well-being in all phases of life. We care about our patients, we care about providing quality health care services, and we care about our community. Chances are you know many of us because Mowry Clinic physicians live in Salina. We are coaches for youth sports teams and leaders for Boy Scouts and 4-H. We offer time, talent, and financial support to a variety of community events and charities. Our children attend school with your children. Our families attend worship services with your families. And we are proud to call Salina home. We have a vested interest in the success of this community, and we remain committed to an independent practice model that promotes our proud heritage and philosophy to provide quality medical care centered on the relationship between each patient and the physician of their choice. You have a choice for your medical care. Choose a doctor dedicated to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare services. Choose Mowry Clinic.
I never dreamed I would have heart trouble. All of a sudden, I was having trouble walking 100 yards and back. Sure enough, they did 6 bypasses. The surgery is a walk in the park. The healing takes many, many walks in the park. There's 2 Q's in life. There's quantity and there's quality. And without quality, quantity is totally unimportant. Now I have a quality of life that I hadn't had for about 7 or 8 years. I got to know what a terrific operation this Salina Regional is. The staff here is phenomenal. I would put them up against any staff I've ever met. The huge difference is the people. The people really care about people. It's an oasis in the desert is what Salina Regional really is.
The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.
For the first game of 2015, we have a little bit of a surprise for you, something we have talked about and tried to work on the past couple of years. Since both South and Central have an away game, instead of traveling to the closest away game, we got a hold of Sacred Heart. And they had a home game, and they were more than happy to have us come out. And to top it all off, is not just any Sacred Heart game, it's the in-county rival, Sacred Heart Southeast Saline. The two schools, kids-wise, do not like each other. And it's been that way for ever. Because they've always been the county rivals when they both
Southeast of Saline won the toss and deferred to the second half.
So,
Sacred Heart will
Charles, I don't know if you know much about this rivalry, do you?
I don't know much about this rivalry. I'm looking forward to see what happens in this game tonight. But I do know it's football time.
When my family moved back to Kansas in '74, we had a little 10-acre place, we call it the farm, out on East Magnolia. And I finished my freshman year up at Southeast Saline. And I walked into school wearing paisley shirts and bell bottoms and saw a bunch of guys in Western style shirts, straight cut lead jeans, cowboy boots with questionable material on the boots, and a white ring in the back pocket. Had no idea what the white ring was for.
Yeah.
So I saw them pull something out, put it in their mouth. Thought it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen. So I went and finished my last 3 years of high school at Salina South. But I got introduced into this rivalry out there at Southeast Saline. And if they were only going to win one game all year, it had to be the Sacred Heart game.
Number 80, Jacob.
Now, if you've read the paper, you know that last year Sacred Heart had 25 players, and this year they got 31. But not all those kids are varsity quality players. And then they lost one of their, Mr. Gaskell, who's a linebacker. He's going to be out for at least tonight, maybe more. Ooh, nice hit.
Good hit.
Oh, we're just short of the 27-yard line.
Jake Bully on the return. Up to about the 26,
And
27-yard line.
Southeast has an injury. Grant Tilburg, he's going to be out for the year.
Tackle for the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And that's kind of sad.
26.
But he's a sophomore, so he's got 2 more years after this, and he didn't require surgery. He dislocated his ankle and then broke the 2 bones right above the ankle. But it will heal without surgery, so that's really good news.
Number 12. Handoff.
Yeah, he's going to be tackled
Stopped
for a
in the
loss.
backfield.
Jacob Farber on the carry. Loss of 1.
Sophomore.
It'll be
It's a sophomore.
Sophomore
All right,
linebacker.
I'm going to let you keep the Sacred Heart roster up. I'll keep the Southeast roster up. That way you can throw me a name.
On the tackle.
Now, I will try to expand on what I was talking about roster size here in a minute after this play. Yep, there's going to be flags. There are going to be flags. One of the Sacred Heart left guard or left tackle was late getting down, his hand down, and the quarterback snapped it before he was still moving.
Wow.
So that's at 5-yard mark off. But when you're down to 30 players for at least 2 games, and of which maybe, let's say half, 15, are quality enough kids for varsity level, and then you lose one, and because of it, these kids got to play both ways, they will wear down. And I will finish that thought here in a second.
It's a handoff.
Missed tackle in the backfield, or they would have had him for another loss.
16.
Jacob Parker on the draw play.
So what happens is, and I was talking to the coaches before the game, Coach Graber knew what Coach Gebhardt was going to do, and Coach Gebhardt told me, yeah, he wants to play fast. He wants to get as many snaps in as he can, as fast as he can. He wants to wear out this team so that in the fourth quarter, their legs are gone, and then Southeast, because they're a deeper bench, can then just run at will on them.
Over
his head.
Way deep in the end zone. He's fumbling it. Oh, safe.
It's going to be a safety.
Out the back of the end zone. Wow.
And that's not the way.
That's not how you want to start a game. No.
They really only had 1 positive play, and that only got 2 positive plays. The first down, they went 2 yards, and then the next play was a 5-yard penalty back. Then they got it. Another 2 or 3 yard gain, and then the next play after that, the snap was a tad too high.
Yeah.
Now what I heard Coach Graber telling the players right before the kickoff, he was telling them, we want to win up front, guys. We want to win up front. And he talked to me before the game about that this game's going to be decided by how well his line plays against Southeast Saline's line, because it's going to be bigger, and it's going to be a little bit fresher. They can rotate out more. And
who are you on right now?
Folks, that's no surprise. You attack the other team's weakness, and if depth is their weakness,
kicking
You
off
run
the
them into the
second
ground
part,
as fast as you
67,
can.
Tristan
But that's when
Slagle.
you make your own mistakes. It's,
Yeah, then you shoot yourself in the foot.
yeah,
For
I
Ben
don't
Murray.
think it's a matter of weakness there.
You just scored for the other team. Number 3 seems to be a little bit on the shifty side.
Jess Cohen
That's Jess
on
Cohen.
the reception.
He's a junior, 150 pounds. They don't give his height,
40-yard line.
but he doesn't look make too much over 5 foot, does he? Do you?
He didn't look much over that.
I mean, you see him out there, number 3, folks. If you look at him, some of the
Tyler
guys
Young,
look like they're a full
Thomas Williams on
foot
the
taller
stop.
than him.
Yeah.
He also plays middle linebacker.
on about the
At least
40 and a
either that
half
or it's a
line.
strong safety. He's up
First
there,
down
but
and
he
10,
actually
Southeast.
came up on that last defensive play that ended up as safety, and he was blitzing. Now we get to see what the new quarterback from Southeast is going to do, because they lost Cody Schlesner, who was a great quarterback for him.
Pass.
He had a kid open. He still got
Pass.
him open. He's underthrew it.
intercepted.
He underthrew it.
That's the way to get it back. That's number 14. Is that Jake?
Intercepted by
Jake Bulla.
Jake Bully.
Now,
Wow, that's the way to make the
On
hut.
about the 26-yard
and
line. It'll be first
the
and
win
10,
is
second
behind
quarter.
Southeast Saline. They've got the win.
So they're going to start out the same way they did just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but a yard further back. That's
Yeah,
about it.
that's it.
You're taught as a quarterback that you throw it where the only way anyone's going to catch it, they're going to have to outrun it.
Well, if he would have been able to throw it farther, he had a man there.
And he underthrew it. He had
Yeah.
the wind at his back, and he
Yeah.
underthrew it. He just put too much air on it. But that's where, as a wide receiver, you got to turn defender and come back and make
It's
a
a
play. with that ball.
handoff to number 20, and he stopped in the backfield.
That's going to be about a 2-yard loss.
Is that number
Abel
20?
Alvarez on the
28? 28.
And 60.
Lost him a couple. It'll bring out
28,
10 and 12.
230 pound, 5'9". Boy.
And now it's Hunter Adams.
Hunter Adams on the
He's
spot
a
for the Trojans.
210-pound defensive lineman for Southeast, and they
Well,
lost
that's a good-sized running back.
probably their best player was a young kid named Aiden. I can't remember
Fullback.
if it was his full first name or last name, but he played both sides, and he was a force. And he's playing on Saturdays now. It's a
Fake.
sprint out to the left.
Good catch. Good catch.
And that's going to be a first down up over the 35.
From Elmore to Bully,
It's going to be just a little over the 38-yard
gain of
line.
about 14 yards for a Sacred Heart first down.
Now, this kid can throw the ball, so they're going to have to put pressure on him. And the way
Ball's
you
on the
can
38-yard line.
defeat pressure is by that rolling out.
That's right.
But when you're a right-handed quarterback and you're going to roll out to the left, you got to do what he did, which he came to a stop, was able to turn himself to be in the proper throwing position.
But it
And
helps with those fakes, too, that he pitched off for that. Hesitates those linebackers, too.
It sure did.
Oh,
It's a
fumble! Ball's on the, it looks like they recovered it. Oh, no, he lost it under the pile.
Fumble on the play.
They did.
He lost
They did.
it under the pile. He
Folks-
had a hold of that ball.
And the thing is, instead of just fumbling, it bounced off him and went forward about 7-8 yards.
Yeah. See, they're killing themselves.
Number 14,
Turnover.
Cole Leister recovered on the play.
They're not getting beat.
Two
It's
drives,
being turnovers.
2 drives,
On the
2
38-yard
mistakes.
line.
Yeah, well, at that
Now-
time they were driving. They were actually marching it down the field.
Now, let's see what Southeast does. If I got that quarterback over the sidelines, I'm telling him, son, you throw it out there and let him run underneath it.
Running back. Oh,
He stepped out. That's that number 3 I told you about, Jess Cohen. And I wonder if he's related to the Cohens further south,
Pushed
down by
out
Marion.
By Schlegel.
Laurie Cohen, who played 4 years at the K-State, was a
Good
tremendous
for
player
Trojan,
for
first
K-State.
down.
And if you meet people down there, half of them say
Ball's
Cohen,
on the Sacred Heart
the other half
32.
say Kane. And he's like a quick throw out.
pass.
It made the first guy miss. He's going to get down inside the 30.
Passes from
And I was
Banks
told that
to
was
Murray.
because years back, two brothers had an argument,
Barber and two
and the younger brother said, "All right, you want to be Cohen from now on? We're Kane." And that's
Oh, we got a man down.
the OER. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. Number 60.
I'm
Number
glad you brought
60.
those binoculars.
Number 60, Conor Wetter.
Is that 60?
Yeah, it's 60.
He's not putting any weight on that foot either.
Yeah, it's number 60.
And when you're already down one person and you don't have a deep bench, this is not what you need. I hope they have a real trainer. Yeah, it looks like one of the Kansas Wesleyan trainers right there, the lady. And coach immediately goes over to check on him. Yeah, your bench just got thinner.
That's not what they need as they're marching the ball down the field.
No.
As the other opposing team, Southeast of Saline, is marching the ball down the field.
The only good thing about that is you got maybe freshmen and sophomores who normally wouldn't get playing time. They're going to get playing time and get experience.
Quarterback!
Oh.
That was a nice,
Oh.
oh, nice. He's fighting, but he's only going to get about 2 yards on the play. I like the design of it.
Stop on the
The execution wasn't all that good. He threw the ball behind him.
Too good.
And Freddie Lyman, he had a good shot at him too. And
They'll
missed
bring
him.
a third down and
That's for not wrapping up, trying to hit that. Here we go.
And Southeast Saline's got some kids who can
Back
run.
to pass. Oh.
Quarterback is Bryce Banks.
Banks to Montgomery.
And he's got an arm and he's a good throwing,
Down and 5 for the Trojans.
even though he sat and played mop-up in spelling Cody Schlesinger last year. But Montgomery's a freshman, and he was highly talked about when I listened to the interview on the KSAL that the Santa Media Group did.
Oh.
His throws are just off right now. He's overthrowing.
Thanks to Ben Murray.
The one thing is they didn't do any running plays, and they gained big yards on those running plays. But I saw a bunch of passing going on.
And I know why they want to do. They're trying to throw the ball to make the defense run. They want to wear them out. But you can also wear them out by just pound on them with that offensive line.
That's right.
And really, none of his throws have been accurate. The first one was underthrown, intercepted. He's overthrown. He's thrown behind. He's got to calm down. He's got to get his footwork right, and he's got to deliver the good ball.
Do this time? Hands off.
Wow, when you're getting penetration and you're getting guys hit behind the line of scrimmage, you're not going to get a lot of yards. And they only got 2 yards on that play.
Jacob Farther on the carry.
Had a Southeast Saline kid get up a little gimpy, but he's
Gain of
walking
a
it
couple
off.
yards to bring second down and 8.
I think that's number 6, Hunter Whitaker. He's a freshman.
Hey, get off the ball, let's go!
And that's I don't know if that's a bad sign. I think it's a good sign when you got freshmen who can
Fakes
play.
the hand. Got a man. He had a man
Got
wide
him.
open.
Got him.
Number 14, Jake Bullard.
And that's Cody Berry, who is a senior, 180, who had coverage, and he was just too far off him.
Yeah, he's wide open.
Yeah.
And a Sacred Heart first down.
See, they move the ball. They haven't really had a problem moving the ball, but it's their turnovers that kills them.
But they've been moving the ball through the air. They haven't been moving it on the ground.
No, they've been moving it through the air.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Southeast starting to throw some.
He had a man wide open right there.
Yeah, I don't understand why Southeast is playing so soft on the outside.
Brings up a second.
That man was wide open.
I can see if
He
you're.
brings that down a little bit, and that man catches that. And then instead of looking at 2nd and 10, they'd probably be looking at least 2nd and 5.
All right, they got number 60 for Sacred Heart. The lineman who was hurt, they got him running up and down the sideline trying to show if he can go back in and play.
He hands it off that time to number 80.
And there was a nice big hole there.
Yeah.
Farber up the middle. Gain of about six.
Farber.
Bring up about 3rd and 3.
Wow.
Let's see
Now
if
they can
Southeast
just about
stiffens up.
do anything.
Yeah, and you're across the 50. Does that put you in 4-down territory? If Coach Hall, as soon as you cross your 20, you're in 4-down territory. I think the song "Gambler" was written for Coach Hall.
Oh, he don't go anywhere.
As a matter of fact, he lost a little bit on it.
Locked in the backfield for no gain.
Yeah, he lost about the length of a football. I'm putting punt. Would
Dylan
you?
Marks and Kyler Seward
No.
on the stop. For
I
the
wouldn't.
Trojans.
No.
They're going
Brings
to,
up
though,
a
it
4th
looks like.
down and 3.
Or is it a fake?
Could be a fake. If you see Southeast, they're not really in a rushing deal. They're in a defense. Not a good kick. Not a good kick at all. They'll get some by the bounce. It's actually going to roll down to about the 28-yard line. So they had a drive going,
Yeah.
but then a bad pass
About a
play,
20-yard punt for Sacred
and then a
Heart.
tackle for a loss.
Trojans
Yeah.
take over
No,
And that
no
was
blocking.
sandwiched
on the 28-yard line.
around a
First and 10
decent,
Trojans.
nice 6-7 yard run.
Yeah.
They just couldn't keep momentum.
Wow, that guy out there is not covered. They got one man. Oh.
Oh,
Did
is
you
it-
see that man that was wide open?
Yeah, I saw.
The slot?
Yeah.
The slot was wide open. If he'd have just took off down the field,
If
that's it.
if the quarterback had been allowed to audible, just straight down the field. You don't need to do a post or a flag.
Nothing.
Just a straight zip. I'll lay it out there for you.
And it's touchdown.
And it's touchdown.
2 yards. Bring up
See,
2nd
they got
down and 8.
No, they got him
somebody
covered
out there
now.
now. They didn't have the last time.
No, they did not.
Oh, fumbled out. Oh, and they're coming hard.
It's
Yeah.
going to be tackled for a loss.
A big loss. That's a big loss.
I mean, both teams are just shooting themselves in the foot. Yes, they've had turnover. But these kids who are playing have had to play freshman year or junior varsity,
Loss of about 14 on the play. Brings down 3rd down and 23
you would think.
Yeah.
on the Trojan
Good
15-yard
googly.
line.
Hey, be smart, nothing behind you!
Oh, they're doing a wide receiver screen to the short side of the field. And the most he's going to get is 3 or 4 yards.
If that.
That was a safety thing.
Thomas Williams on the stop for the Sacred Heart
If
Knights.
they thought they were going to fool him, it didn't work.
Yeah.
That was just a safety. Maybe gets a little more yardage and put yourself in better punting position, but that didn't work.
So this may look like the punting was a good deal to get better field position.
Farber and Bully are back for
Yeah.
Sacred Heart.
Depends on how well he kicks, and with the wind at his back, it should help somewhat.
Hey, stay with him, Trace!
Well, now that wasn't too bad. That was a better kick. Caught the 45. That was an actually better
Fair
kick than
catch
the
called for
Sacred Heart kick.
Farber on approximately
About
I don't know
about
why he
37-yard punt.
Why did he fair catch that?
He had room to run.
A lot of room to run.
And you only one guy coming down on him. You make one guy miss, you're going to get some decent yardage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be talked about in film.
I'm like, I think it's time for you to go, not
Come on, O-line!
All right, let's see if Sacred Heart has had some first downs in a couple series. Let's see what they can do.
They hand off to Fiber again. He goes nowhere.
How much does he weigh?
Barber on the carry.
Faber weighs 145, but again, he's 5'11", and he's only a sophomore. So he's getting a lot of
5'11",
practice.
145. That tells me twiggy.
Sophomore.
But
That's what
still,
it tells me.
twiggy.
That tells me sophomore.
That tells me he's thin.
He is thin, but he's got time to grow.
Well, my dad always said, once you're done growing up is when you'll start growing out. That's when you start putting the muscle on and develop. There's
Back
also
to
some
pass,
movement.
and he's rolling out. Oh! He had a man wide.
He got it. Interception.
Yeah, it was an interception.
That's an interception.
But
Well,
his
I thought
man
he
was
ju-
over here.
Yeah, but I thought he juggled it. But you see, the problem was he was rolling out to the left. He's right-handed, and he did not
needed to
get his
stop.
shoulder. He didn't get his shoulder turned around to get himself a good throwing platform to work with. And so either that was a bad pass and a combination.
a
Maybe
man
the
wide
wide
open.
receiver wasn't going where he was supposed to be.
Now that might be. But boy, he was wide open.
He was wide open. Southeast is playing real soft on their coverage. I don't know why. So quarterback
It's a running.
keeper,
He's running. He's got that corner.
cut back. He's going to be down inside the 50. He's going to have a first down.
Banks on the carry. Gain of about 14. Bully
They
on
let
the
him
stop
get
for
around that
Sacred Heart.
corner. That should have been shut in. They didn't shut him in.
Ball's on the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Trojan.
All right. Southeast got the ball now on Sacred Heart's side of the 50. They've had the ball there once because of a turnover.
Now they're rolling the other way.
It was just the option play, and he's still on his
Take
feet.
it.
He's going to be down inside the 45.
Wow. We picked
And that's
up
where the
about
offensive
5
linemen come in,
yards.
start
Banks on the carry for the
pushing on
Trojans.
people.
Gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Look like they're pushing him. They pushed him off that ball that
Oh,
time.
they did. They pushed. Man in motion.
Oh, he
They
hands
gave
off to
him.
him. Yeah, he gave it to him. He didn't go anywhere, though.
No, he didn't. He was met by 2 Sacred
Yeah, he
Heart
probably
players.
lost a couple
Number
yards.
4, Ben Murray on the carry.
Lost a yard.
So yard, yeah.
Number 33, John Paul Jacobs. And Thomas Williams on the stop.
Good hit, Thomas.
I like the play calling. They just have not had great execution so far. He's got him
He's
open.
got him. And he caught it.
Again, it was an underthrown ball that this time the wide receiver
Montgomery
Made the
Made it.
adjustment.
made the adjustment, got back and made the catch. And if the defender had been able to get his head turned around and see where the ball was, he might have been able to tip that ball away. You're taught as a defensive back to watch the wide receiver's eyes. And the eyes will tell you whether the ball's coming to him and when it's getting close.
Goal to go.
There he goes.
This is the quarterback keeper. Almost like he was in the wildcat formation. He was in an empty backfield in the shotgun formation. And
Ben Murray on the carry. Stopped
that
by
was
a
the
whole
wild.
host of
That was the
Sacred Heart
wildcat because that wasn't Banks, the quarterback.
Knights. Brings up a 2nd down, goal to go.
And you got Ben Murray back there in that same spot again. So this is the wildcat.
Whoa, he didn't go nowhere neither.
No. And that's 2 really kind of busted plays in a row out of the wildcat.
That defense is stepping up right now. At least these last couple of plays, they've stepped up big time.
I wonder if they're going to go back to Bryce Banks under center. He had been
Hey, be smart, D.
he was out wide as a wide receiver in those last 2 plays. Now he's looking to throw it.
Wow,
Touchdown.
he just grabbed it.
Now this one tight end they have is 6'6". And that might have been him who just caught it.
That was 46.
Touchdown for the Trojans.
Easton Montgomery.
Thanks to Montgomery.
And if that's him, on the interview that I heard with Coach Gebhardt with the KSAL people was that we know when we get down close, we can just throw it up and he can go up and get it like a rebound.
Oh, that offset.
They're calling the swinging gate. Sacred Heart has called a timeout.
Timeout on the field. Timeout, Sacred Heart.
That's the swinging gate. And what that does is it puts pressure on the defense to either get out and cover that, because you can do a quick throw out there and you get all those people in front of the block. And if you do put the people out there, you can do a quick snap and it's just have a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3 right there in the middle of the field. And I've seen high school teams do that when they felt like they've got a guy who can bust it in. You got two blockers in front of you, the guy who snapped it, and the holder turns into a blocker, and your kicker turns into the running back. And I've seen that 3-on-3 happen before. And if you got a good man who can run the ball and he can make people miss, or he's a power back, it's not a bad option. And if they don't get the defense out over there in front of the whole offensive line, there's a mixed match there.
Yeah. But I imagine that's what they're setting up. Yeah, they set up the same thing.
But there's no kicker. Folks, there is no kicker. It's the Wildcat. And it's good.
No, he didn't catch
He dropped
that, did
it?
he? Yeah.
He dropped it, oh.
Yeah, he dropped that.
All right, well, with 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter, you got a score of Southeast 6, Sacred Heart 0.
Southeast of Saline 8, Sacred Heart 0.
And really, that's not bad.
That's not
compared
8.
to-
If you missed a 2-point conversion, the score should be 6. Am I correct? Do we now score 8 points for a touchdown?
No, but we had 2-point.
Oh, the safety. That's right. I forgot about that stupid safety.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. You could have had a 10-0
So
score.
yeah.
Which
Yeah,
usually
they
is-
should be happy with that. You know, they've had 2 key turnovers and they're only down 8. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad.
No, it's not.
And they're still within striking distance. I mean, you come out with it the second half of it's only first quarter, so we still got another quarter. So you're not hurt at all. You still got time.
You got plenty of time. You got time to score, stop them, and score again.
Oh, yeah. Before halftime.
Because especially you're going to have the ball unless you
Kicking
do another
off for
mistake
Southeast,
to
just
start
going
the second quarter.
back deep for Sacred Heart.
And unless there is a
Armory
real
Bully.
long run back, you're going to have time to run your first play still in the first quarter of this drive. Nice kick. Caught it to 15. Line drive kick.
Oh, nowhere. That's good defense.
Number
Again, that was
14.
no Jake Bullard.
To about the
Cole Leister.
29-yard line.
He's a senior, 140 pounds. They don't give me heights
Cole
for
Leister on the stop for the
Southeast
Trojans.
Saline.
It'll be 1st and 10, Sacred Heart.
And I wondered if he's related to
On
the
the
Leister family that I went to
29-yard
school with out there. There are 2 Leister brothers in my class that was out there.
Now, what are they going to do with these set of downs? This is right now is where they can show that they're made.
They've been able to move the ball throwing.
Yeah.
They've had one decent run play, but that's it on run play.
And it's a handoff to the fullback, and he don't go anywhere. He didn't go anywhere. That's Alvarez, I believe.
Abel on the carry.
They're saying fumble, and I heard yelling ball on the field. I heard him yell ball, 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 but I didn't see anybody pointing any direction. Like usually you see the kids pointing. But so there was a fumble on the play.
So
At the end of the
Alvarez
first
never
quarter,
got the ball,
Southeast
probably.
of Saline 8.
That's 3 turnovers in the
Sacred
first
Heart
quarter
with
alone.
0.
That's what's killed them. They wouldn't be down like that if it wasn't, you know, 2. They gave away 2 on the safety.
Well, the only good thing about this schedule for Sacred Hearts is now they're down to 2A and no longer 3A.
Oh, they're down to 2A.
Yeah. When you play a bunch of 3A schools, it can make you better for when you go in the district and now you're going to line up against 2A schools. You've played the big boys, now you can play someone who's more equal to you in size.
So wasn't that Abel Alvarez that dropped that ball? And
I think that's who it was, yes. Well, I'm glad you brought your binocs because it's down at the far end of the field now.
It'll be Trojan football on the Sacred Heart 28-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Let's see what Southeast does now. Got a man in motion. Fake to him. Got him open. Had him
wide
open.
open.
Touchdown.
Passes Banks to Montgomery. Touchdown for Southeast.
That's got to be that 6'6" kid that they talked about. They got a 6'4" and 6'6" kid, and both of them can catch the ball.
Boy, he just jumped over and caught that right over the top of Jake Bullard.
Well, I know it was 6'4", and then maybe it's Saline South, because I listened to 4 interviews today, South Central, Sacred Heart, and Southeast Saline. And I know that South does have a tall, but I think it was Southeast Saline that had 1 or 2 tall tight ends. And I would say 46. When I see him in the huddle, he's the tallest kid in the huddle out there.
You know, you know they done found something. Southeast of Saline has found that they can pass. And
Well, if you throw it up and let the big boy go get it, the only way you can prevent that is, wow, that almost got blocked. But the kick is good.
yeah,
So the 11:52 go in the second quarter, you got to score Southeast Saline.
this here is a
15,
big
6 or
set of
0.
downs for them.
Score with
Yeah,
11:52.
they got
in
to.
the second
This
quarter.
either
Southeast of
can
Saline
take the
15,
sail
Sacred Heart 0.
or pump them back up.
Yeah, they have to, because they don't want to be having a
If you'd
turnover
like to
or
order this year's Sacred Heart football T-shirt,
a 3 and out,
tonight is the
and then
last
have
night.
Southeast take it right back down and put it in the end zone again.
Place your order with her. T-shirts are $12 and dry fit shirts are $15. The football team will be hosting a chili feed on Sunday, September 13th from 11 to 2 p.m. at the Sacred Heart High School cafeteria.
Say chili feed?
Tickets are $6 per person.
I've
You
always
can
liked
purchase
those
a ticket
all you
from
can
any
eat chili
football
feeds.
player or at the
Or
school
like the
office.
Kiwanis and then
Dine in
do
with us,
the all you can
or
eat
to-go
pancake
containers
deals in the
will be
morning,
available.
Saturday morning.
That's
Oh, I love
September
those.
13th from 11 to 2 at the Sacred
My
Heart
dad and
High
I used to
School
go, and my
cafeteria.
brother used to go to them. We'd almost put them out of business. But Dad always left he'd pay our tickets and he'd always drop some more in. That was the Saturday mornings Mom got a break and had to fix a big breakfast for us.
There you go. Here they go. This is a big set of downs.
Straight up the field.
Whoa, he had a opening.
If he had some speed, there was a whole
Jacob Foley on
huge
the
hole.
return.
If he had some speed, he'd be crossing the end zone about now.
He's hurt.
Harrison
He's
on the
down
snap.
right now.
I think where he's injured, if you remember the old grab the face mask, let you know that, yeah, I'm hurt, coach, but it's going to be one of those things that I don't need a trainer on. I need an ice pack.
There he goes.
Yeah, I think he might not have worn his protective cup. And there's guys that don't. They don't feel comfortable in it.
Oh,
I did.
I did too.
Yeah, I remember Coach telling us, grab your face mask, we know you're not really hurt. And then you look over, Mom said, well, why were you hurt? And the whole sideline was laughing at you. I said, ask Dad.
So here they go. It's a handoff.
He got some yardage.
Yeah, it's to number 8. Jacob
But he's only going to
Fowler.
didn't get as much as I thought because he was going on an angle instead of north and south.
Gain of about 2 yards.
They only 2 yards, but it looked like it was a lot more than that because he was going on an angle.
But that's a good start. That's a good start.
It'd be second down and
It
8
is.
for Sacred Heart.
You'd like to have at least 4 yards or more on your first down play. You don't want to see second and long.
Whoa.
He's looking to throw it.
Oh!
Intercepted. It's intercepted. That's an intercept. That's an interception. The referee had an inadvertent whistle, but the ball was in the air and he cut it. If it didn't touch the ground, that's a turnover.
They're talking about it.
Even though you had the inadvertent whistle, the ball was caught.
They're calling it dead, I believe.
The ball it should go to Southeast Saline. It
Oh,
does.
it is.
Now, I don't know if that's going to be ruled a interception or a fumble recovery.
The official call is an interception and Southeast of Saline football on the 24.
And the only reason I'm saying that, if the arm was going back and not going forward, that's a fumble. If the arm was going forward when it was hit, then that's an interception. Either way, a defensive lineman or a linebacker got a turnover,
Yeah.
and if it's interception, you just don't really see that. All right, that's their 4th turnover. And that was caused by penetration. And if you heard me speak before, I tell you, that's big. Hi there.
So what are they going to do? Go to the air?
I would. They haven't shown the pin to stop it. They
No,
gave
they
it to
ran
him.
it.
That little kid is still shifty and hard to bring down.
Yeah, he is.
He's ducking underneath the tackles.
Cohen on the left side for the Trojans. Gain of about 7 yards on the play.
You'll take that.
Abel Alvarez on the stop for the Sacred Heart Knights.
Now, you've got the wide side of the field to your right, your right-handed throwing quarterback.
4.
You got 46, who's caught 2 touchdowns already in the slot. There's 2 ways you can stop 46 with his height. There's the pitch. But he's going to have enough for close to a first down.
Just Cohen, the ball carrier on the right end.
He's going to be close to the first down.
Jordan Toogood.
And there's 2 ways you can stop him. You got to jam him at the line
Now they're just running the ball.
And-
set
and-
set
right.
up the pass.
and double coverage, or you just tackle the guy and don't
They're
let him go
gonna
down the
pass
field.
right now, but I would.
They got nobody on 46.
They're gonna pass.
They've got there's nobody on 46.
Oh, they were gonna run it.
Timeout on the play.
When you don't, I don't understand unless your quarterback is not given the permission to audible. Why he's not audibling into a
Ball
quick
started
pass to
Southeast.
46 to the man in the slot who was unguarded.
Right.
That's 2 plays so far in this game that they've not covered the slot man.
5-yard penalty. Ball's on the Sacred Heart 20.
And Southeast shoots
Third
themselves in
down
the
and
foot.
6.
Went from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone nowhere.
Yep.
He lost probably what?
Fumble on the
4
plays.
fumble.
Slagle and Alvarez on the stop for the Knights.
I didn't see a fumble, did you?
No, I missed the fumble.
I missed
But
the fumble too.
It'll be
I saw the.
4th down and 11.
Yeah.
Why are they not throwing the ball when they've scored 2 touchdowns throwing the ball?
I don't know.
Southeast has called a timeout.
Southeast of Saline.
They've had guys open and everything.
Unless for some reason your quarterback has hurt his hand or something. But he's thrown 2 touchdown passes.
Sacred Heart football T-shirts. Tonight's is the last night. Please find
Maybe I
Susan
can
Williams
grab Coach
and
after
place
the
your order
game,
with her.
Coach
T-shirts are
Gebhardt,
$12
and ask him
and
why.
dry fit shirts are $15.
There's an old rule in football. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
And you dance with the one that brought you. Well, they've scored 2 touchdowns throwing the ball.
Right. I was
So why
totally
have you gotten away
surprised.
from throwing the ball?
You know, you heard me. I just said I know they're going to throw, but yet they try and run it again. But maybe Sacred Heart dodges a bullet on this one.
Well, as Tonto would tell the Lone Ranger, me no Kimosabi.
4th down. They're coming.
He's got him. He's got him. He's got him. Told you. He's down and about the 5-yard line. First down, goal to go from there. I saw it. He made that inside cut to the goalpost,
Passes
and
from Banks to Heist.
there was even the Sacred Heart people are playing too soft. I mean, he caught up to him.
Got that slot though this time.
Yeah, but number 46 is out here. It's a keeper, and he ain't going anywhere. He's going to lose yards. And I do not know why you're doing that. These plays like that are not working.
Ben Murray,
No.
the keeper.
The
But
wild
they're trying to. I think they're trying to keep him honest. Really, all they have to do is pass.
Slagle and Williams.
But see,
on the
they're
stop.
putting Murray, the wide receiver, in and running that wildcat
Yeah.
instead of letting Banks be your quarterback. Now we got Banks back in at quarterback,
Fumble.
and he's
He
going to be
goes
tackled
nowhere.
for a loss. And it wasn't the snap. It was Banks
Fumble
took
on
his
the
eyes
play.
off the ball, did not watch the ball all the way into his hands because it hit him in his hands. I watched that.
Number 60, Comer Wetter on the stop.
And see, if a play's not doing anything, quit running it. Get away from that wildcat. Now you had 1st and goal to go from the 5. Now you got 3rd and goal to go from the 11.
Timeout on the field.
It doesn't really matter.
No,
What do you
it's
do?
actually from the 16 now.
So what do you do?
You got to throw the ball
Right.
to number 46.
What have
They're
we
down at
scored
11.
on?
Throwing the ball to number 46.
And he's back, and what does he do? He's
He's
gonna
gonna throw it to the other
number
man.
40. Oh, and that's good defense.
That was good defense. And there wasn't as much,
Intended to number 10, Cannon Heist.
and there wasn't,
Broke up by number 11, Freddie
Freddie
Leon.
there was a taller defensive back on the tall wide receiver.
It'll
So
be
it was a
4th
more
and goal to go.
even of a jump ball. But 46 has not lost a jump ball yet. Why you got away from him?
Stay on him, Jack!
Oh,
All
got
right,
him.
there's 5 yards. Move it up to the 11. Now, I heard him say Ted Ball Trojans. He meant to say Ted Ball
Against the
Knights.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down, goal to go.
Hey, come on, D-line!
Man in motion. Fake to
Fake,
him.
it's a pass.
All right, touchdown. Who's that to?
Ah, we know, 46.
To Easton Montgomery for the touchdown.
How many touchdowns he's got?
That's 3 now.
Hey, take notes! They're gonna do
Hey, if
it!
it ain't broke, don't fix it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Just keep throwing it to them. They can't stop him.
Well, at least until they prove that they can.
And the only way you're going to stop him is you're going to attack him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get downfield. You might get defensive holding. But you got to stop him from getting downfield. So either you got to do either you got to put a man underneath and a man over the top on him is what you got to do. You got to blanket him where that quarterback, if he's going to throw it, he's got a smaller window to throw it to. So you got to score 7:24 left to go in the second quarter. You got a score of Southeast Saline 22, Sacred Heart 0. And what I'm saying is when you put someone below and behind, underneath and behind, that means that quarterback's got a smaller window to throw it to. He's got to be accurate. Now, this kid can jump and he's got a height differential, but still, you're cutting down.
That kid is wide open.
But you got it. But you got to, and he is. And if you put a guy underneath him, you might be able to cut down on that. But in doing that, you're taking a safety away from being for someone else to cover.
But
and in case it's a run,
they might as well let someone else do it.
They're going to have to do something. You've given up 3 touchdowns to them.
And that's enough. And it ain't even halftime.
No. And if you, as for Sacred Heart, have another turnover, which would be your 5th, or you throw some incompletes,
back for the 9.
You could give the ball back with still plenty of time left on the clock. And
14,
both teams are down to
Jake
2 timeouts each, so.
Kicking off with the Trojans, number 4.
There's time for Southeast to put some more points on the board. Nice high kick down inside the 10, and that was into the wind. He does not run with authority.
That's that Jake Bully. Jake Bully.
Up to about the 28-yard line.
You gotta run
like
harder.
He's limping.
You gotta run hard on a return. You gotta run up hard. And you see all the great returners, they run hard. They make a decision quick, boom, and they run hard. And one of the best I ever remember, in the very first touchdown dance originator, Mr. Billy White Shoes Johnson, played for the Houston Oilers. What a return man. He was dynamic, electric. And the first guy to come up with a touchdown dance with those white shoes of his.
Yeah.
What a player. He was fun to watch.
And interception.
He threw it right to him. I mean, he threw it right
intercepted by number 28,
to him.
Jordan Schoen.
Could someone show me a replay? Because that was right to him.
Southeast of Saline football.
I got to wait till Monday and go to the SalineTV.org website.
Old Sacred Heart 26.
Go to about 7:20 mark of the second quarter to see.
First and 10 Trojans.
The Sacred Southeast Saline guy just was there, standing there. He didn't even take a step. It looked like.
So what do you do right now?
46. Maybe a run every now and then, because you want to run the clock. You want to run the clock. It's a fake.
Oh, he's going the other way.
Touchdown. They faked the underneath guy. Like he's going to throw the underneath guy, and the wide receiver scored was going to block for him, and that guy bought the fake.
Bully.
And the guy who went out like he's faking the block went on down the field, wide open touchdown. I like that play, and now that play was executed right. Both teams have had some nice plays drawn up. They've just lacked in execution. That was executed right. And that was a nice play.
Yeah, it was.
I like that. That was totally different. And now I can see them doing that. They're coming back hitting 46 or someone else going across the middle because everybody's running out to that guy.
Right.
Throwing back to the backside.
29, Sacred Heart 0.
Wow, they just scored. Kicked, one play,
It don't look like very much time is off the clock neither.
one play, touchdown. 7:24 is when they scored their last touchdown. So it's 7:06, now it's 29-0. They only took 18 seconds off the clock.
That's it. And it didn't seem like that.
And that was their 5th turnover. If I'm counting right, that was their 5th turnover.
So what do you tell them right now?
You got to be positive. You have got, no matter how much you'd like to say, boys, I like to break my foot off in your rear end right now. You're all not playing well. These are young kids. And the coach here was at South for 1 year, who Chip, I can't remember his last name, he plays Coach Stonebreaker. He never yelled or screamed at the kids. He said, these are kids, they're going to make mistakes. So this is where you got to be positive, and you got to go back. Guys, you got to focus. You know how to do it right. You've done it right in practice. Let's do it right here. Now, we both played, and we both know that we played with guys who was dynamite in practice, but when game time, they couldn't do it.
Uh-oh, here we go.
This was not a deep kick, almost a squib kick.
But he got it. Now, there we go.
Oh, there's a missed tackle.
There we go.
All right, he had the ball up over the 40. Now at the 41.
Thomas Williams on the return.
And you know those people I'm talking about. In practice, they were all world.
42-yard line.
Football was like their two left-footed clone was out there playing. Then you had guys who couldn't do anything in practice. Game time, when it was an opposite jersey guy, they were monsters.
Yeah.
So you might have a situation where they've been doing it in practice well, but now this game time they're tightening up. And when you got a bunch of new kids,
but I think you said something earlier about tiring them out. Do you think they're starting to get wore down?
Offense shouldn't, because they haven't been out there that much. And I'm not trying to be cold, but they have been. They've had too many turnovers.
Some of those guys are going both ways.
Yeah, but you've also had some.
Almost sicked off again.
Yeah. But you've had some short drives for Southeast Saline.
Pass attempted to
But yeah, there might be. And I was talking to both coaches about this.
Down to 10 for Sacred Heart.
Towards the end of the second quarter, when you've got a team that's undermanned, like Sacred Heart is, if you're Southeast coach, you're starting to see, do I see hands on the hips? Do I see guys bend over, breathing hard? And that's what I'm looking for on the other team. Oh, I'm going to see Southeast made a change to their defense, and I'll talk about that in a second. Got a flag. Southeast, up to this series, has had 4 down linemen. This play, they had 3 down linemen. So they got 8 back in coverage. And their linebackers were not as close as they've been. They were a good 5 yards or more off the line of scrimmage, where their linebackers between 5 and 3 yards off the line of scrimmage. So they're thinking Sacred Heart's going to throw the ball. And really, Sacred Heart has not been able to run the ball against them.
Right. So they're probably right.
But I hate the 3-man rush. Absolutely hate it. I'd rather have 4, take a linebacker out and bring in another safety. Have 1 linebacker in the middle for a screen or for the quarterback to run it, or anyone coming across short across the middle. Now that's what they did this time, and that was a nice catch. He had to come back to it. If he had let him a little bit more, he would have picked up about 3 or 4 more yards. He had to come back to get that ball. He's got to throw it a little farther down, out there. And now instead of looking at 3rd and 7, you could have been looking at 3rd and 3.
Yeah.
It's these little small things.
You know what he's going to do now? Pass again, right? They know that.
This field is 100 yards by 53.3 yards wide. And sometimes it's just a matter of a foot or inches to make where you're going to be successful or not. They're rushing them. The wide receiver tipped it twice, and if the defender had his head up and saw it, I think he could have made a better reaction to the ball.
Brings up a Sacred Heart, 4th down and 7.
They're punting.
Back deep for the Trojans.
They only got, I think they only got 10 guys out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've only got 10 guys on the field that I can count. Oh, nice punt. Beautiful punt. Beautiful punt. They did that with 10 guys on the field.
Return,
Coach was asking his kid, are you on the punt team? Are you on the punt
Up
team?
to
Our
about
team
the
shake his head no,
32-yard
but they were
line.
missing somebody. That'll be another film thing.
Stop on the play was
Yeah,
Luke
10
Dole.
guys.
Now the good news is, I think number 60 for
It'll be
Sacred Heart
first and 10
is back in the game.
at the Sacred Heart 32.
The young man who came off, I think he just tweaked his ankle. I think they might have retaped it a little bit.
Come on, Carter, make a play.
All right, you got 6:10 on the clock. I'd like to find out how tall that number 46 is.
Takes a handoff. The quarterback going up the middle.
Quarterback keeper, he's going to get 3 yards. They got him at 225. I'd like to find out if that's the 6'4 or 6'5 kid.
Banks on the keeper.
Wow.
John Paul Jacobs on the stop.
Pick up about 4 yards.
Brings up
And the
about a
clock's
second
running.
down and
That's-
7.
You're Southeast Saline, that's what you want. You want to score, put them down by 30 plus points, and
Are
no
they
time
going
on
to
the
pass
clock.
again? Here's 46 on this side. No. It's a run.
Yeah, he's going to have a first all the way up to about the 45-yard line. That's a nice carry for him.
Banks on the
That's going to
keeper
be
on
on
the left
first
side.
down. Well, I wonder
Stop
how
on the
South
play
and
for
Central are doing
Sacred
tonight.
Heart. Number 74, Jared. Too good.
I might have to go and see if catch at Kansas. Well, I've got a score from Todd that McPherson's up 14-0 halfway through the first.
Good pitch.
Yeah, it is. Good pitch. He's got to quit with the faking.
Cohen on the carry.
He's just got to run.
He looks like he's hurt.
Number 7, Kyler Young on the stop for Sacred Heart.
And kid Kyler.
Loss of about 4 on the play. He'll bring up a second down and 10 to go.
Hey, right here, D, let's go.
Yeah, no, that was a quarterback keeper. Didn't go anywhere.
But that defense didn't fall for the fake.
No, and they just need to start throwing it to 46.
No gain on the play. Bringing up a third down and 10.
Hey, go, 2 guys. Watch the ball. Stay on him, Thomas.
Pass out in the flat. He's going to have
First
enough
down.
for a first down. It's going to be inside the 45, down to the full.
Banks to Murray.
We got what, 325 with a
Gain of
29 to
about 11 on
0.
the play.
Yep.
And
Be a
they're
first
marching
down
the ball down the
Trojans.
field again.
Stopped by Too
Yep.
Good. And Bully on the play.
I think you're pronouncing it Bullet.
Ball on
It's
the
a GH.
44-yard
I
line.
thought it might be
First and 10 Trojans.
more of a soft sound to it. But they're pronouncing it a Bullet.
Banks on the keeper.
What did he get, about 3 yards?
Yeah, I don't think Banks is quite the quarterback Cody Schlesner was. Now, the Schlesner family is
Looks like
a
Flagel
phenomenal
and Too
athletic
Good.
family. I played
Alvarez all on the stop.
softball against Butch, which is, I think might
Brings up
be
a
his
second
uncle.
down and 8.
And Butch was just an absolute beast in high school and
Wow.
tremendous athletes, the Schlesner family. And he was a good running and good throwing quarterback. Now, I understand that this Banks might be a tad better throwing. It's that
Good tackle.
Missed the block.
Murray on the sweep.
It's a Murray on the
Good
sweep.
tackle.
Stopped by
Good
number
tackle.
7,
Kyler Junk.
Young.
And these
Lost about 4
delayed
on the
plays
play.
that Southeast are running is not working.
Bringing up
Now,
about
I
a
understand
3rd
why
down
you're
and
doing
12.
it. You're making that defense
On the
run
Sacred
from
Heart,
sideline to
46.
sideline. You're trying to wear it out. I understand. It might not do anything right now. In the fourth quarter, if that defense is gassed, because I'm seeing guys with hands on hips right now. There's a defensive lineman with hand on hip. There's 2 of them. The 2 middle guys got hands on hip. There's actually a 3rd one now.
Timeout Trojans.
Hands on hip is a sign.
Tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you get that, but you got to take advantage of it. And the best way to take advantage of it is moving the ball down the field, not sideways.
Yeah. 1:46
I heard a coach say,
left before halftime.
he said there's only one way to move the ball. That's vertical, not horizontal. And I
That's true.
totally agree. That's true.
So
Now,
you think they're going to put any more points up on the board?
As a
We got
reminder, the football team
146,
will be
29
hosting a
to
chili
0.
feed on Sunday, September 13th.
I
from
would
11
want
to 2
to.
p.m.
I want
at
to
the Sacred
put
Heart High
them
School
down
cafeteria.
by 30
Tickets are
plus
$6
points
per person.
going into
You can
halftime.
purchase at a ticket from the
I
football
want it-
player or at the school
I want to take the
office.
fight out of them
Dine with
before
us
they go
or
into the
to-go
halftime.
containers will be available. That's
If you can
September
do
13th
that,
from 11 to 2.
You
at the
might be able to
Sacred
play your
Heart High School
starters,
cafeteria.
maybe another series or 2 in the 3rd quarter, maybe score 1 or 2 more times, and then turn the ball over to your backups. And
3rd down and 12 for the Trojans.
46!
He dropped the ball. Oh, he was on him. He could have got that ball.
and it's the quarterback, Banks, not watching the ball all the way into his hands. He's taking his
Tackle by
eye off
Slagle.
the ball. And if
Loss of about 5 on the play.
I'm the
Bringing
Southeast
up a
coach,
4th down.
I'm going to get him, and this is where I'm going to get firm. Young man, do you want to keep playing
16.
quarterback for me? You watch that ball over in your hands.
Yeah. Boy, that's...
Because I'm telling you right now, if Bill Snyder was the coach, he'd already be sitting on the bench. Snyder doesn't put up with turnovers. And then talk about that. What do you think about K-State's year this year?
I don't know.
And you know, at rivals.com, I go into the Wabash and I'm looking at, I was talking to my brother Daniel.
If you haven't got your football T-shirts,
There's as
this is the
many
night to
questions
do it.
about this team as
This will be the
there
last
are
night,
expectations.
So please find Susan Williams and place
But
your
we've
order with
all
her.
learned the hard
T-shirts
way,
are $12.
you never underestimate
Dry fit
a
shirts
Bill
are
Snyder
$15.
coach team. Because he will make you look like a fool every single time. And you know that's true.
Yeah. So what do you do? Just sit on the ball now? Or do you punt it? Oh, they're going to punt it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
4th down and 19 for the Trojans on the Sacred Heart 47-yard
They're
line.
going to punt it.
I would. Because you got your
You
ball
could
on this
fake it
side of the
easy.
50. Yeah, you could. Nice high kick. He's going to call for a fair catch.
Fumble.
Way to play the whistle, Tyler!
Bully with the fair catch
That whistle was awful quick. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
on approximately
That was
the
a fumble. I don't care if he fair
24-yard
caught.
line. It'll be
He
Sacred Heart
fumbled the
first
ball.
and 10.
Right.
Southeast has a right to go get it. That's 2 inadvertent whistles they've had on the team.
But he was on that ball.
He was, but the whistle was actually before he actually got to the ball.
Right.
So these officials are getting a little bit too quick on the whistle, with the whistle. And an inadvertent whistle I've seen take points off board. Sorry, we had an inadvertent whistle. That's where the defense stopped running. It's not the defense's fault. Well, you don't blow the whistle until the ball is dead.
3 down linemen again. That's what they're
Yep.
going with.
And I only see one linebacker early. That's one in the middle.
Oh.
Now, here's something I don't understand by the wide
Bully,
receiver.
that's who that was.
He didn't need to jump.
Bully, incomplete.
He
Brings
jumped to
a
catch the
second
ball.
down
And when he
and 10.
jumped, instead of catching, he had his hands out right in front of his face mask. So if he had stayed on the ground, all he did was reach up. And by
Right.
jumping, you're losing sight of the ball, and stand there and watch the ball all the way into your hands. He didn't need to jump. He's trying to make it look like a difficult play, maybe. I don't know. Or he misjudged the ball. They're going to blitz again.
He's back. Oh, got him.
Ooh, nice stick.
Elmore to Williams.
But that's something positive.
Third down
You
and
need
7.
something positive right now.
You got to. And the only way you're going to do is through the air.
Yeah. And you can see the fans have gotten quiet. It's like you don't hardly hear anything.
It's like a tea party.
Yeah. 29-0.
Can you pass me a scone, please?
It's kind of like you're waiting for the game to be over or something.
Have some chips and fish at halftime.
Yeah.
You know why the British call it chips, don't you?
No, I know.
The British still hate the French. So they don't want to say French fries.
Oh.
So they don't cut them into French fries. They cut them like thick potato chips. Incomplete. They come thick like potato chips, and they call them
Elmore's
chips.
pass.
That's why you say fish and
Incomplete
chips.
to
Wow.
Luke Dole.
That's why they don't say,
Brings up a fourth
they
down
say
and
colonel
7.
instead of colonel. And that's why they say lieutenant instead of lieutenant.
Huh.
And I can tell you that's true because I train with both British and Scottish National Guardsmen, and they still call them the frogs, which
Side will be back
back
for
there is a
Sacred Heart to
derogatory
kick.
term.
Murray is deep for the Trojans.
He said, mate, we don't trust the Bosch or the frogs. I said, wow. I said, well, you're part of the European Union with them. He said, no, we're not. That's when I got a lesson about history over in Europe that I did not
Kicked
know.
out of bounds and spotted.
Okay, you got the ball at your
the Sacred Heart.
44-yard line.
27 seconds left in the game.
Trojans.
0-29. What do? Sit on it.
I'm going to sit on it. Take
Yeah.
a knee. Let both teams go into halftime. Don't take a play where someone get hurt.
Unless you just want to put them out of their misery and go up top.
And they've got a couple guys who can run. And
they've gotten a
Coach-
long pass
And
off.
Coach Graber told me that concerned him, that Southeast has got some guys that got speed and can take it the distance. But you're thrown into a nice stiff little breeze. So I would say something real long, something about 20, 25 yards on a nice rope. Hit him in
Depends
stride.
on who's open.
Well, yeah.
46 is open.
He underthrew it,
46 is open.
and he's caught it all the way down to the 21.
20 seconds left, 29-0.
And they got a timeout left, but the clock stops to move the chains.
They're already ready, though. They're ready to go.
They want to put this in the end zone. And I have no problem with this. The umpire's standing over the ball until he gets the signal. He faked like he was going to run it. There he is. There's going to be
Pushed him.
offensive.
Yeah, he pushed him.
Yep, there's going to be offensive pass
Touchdown on the
interference.
play.
No,
However, there
he
is a
pushed him.
flag.
He pushed him.
Flag
Offense,
on the
right?
field.
Yeah.
Yeah, offensive pass interference. And did you check out 46 over here?
No, I didn't see him. He was wide open.
Wasn't wide open, but the way he catches the ball,
Offensive
he doesn't
pass
need me to be wide
interference.
open. He uses his body really well to
On the
block the
Trojans.
defense off, which tells me he plays basketball. So he knows how to block out. And he uses his body and his size to keep the smaller defender off him and go get the ball. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's
Wow.
a 15-yard penalty.
From what? From where the
From the 21 or 22, back 21 back to the 36. And you got 12 seconds on the clock. You still got a timeout. You could throw one 15,
So it's
20
15
yards.
yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yes, So you can throw one 15, 20 yards downfield, down the middle, get tackled, use your timeout, then you decide you want to throw the end zone or kick a field goal.
What do you do now? You gonna pass?
Yep, I'm looking for 46.
Right here.
And see, he wasn't even looking to go back that way. I don't know if he ran a wrong route or the quarterback just threw it wrong. Because he threw it to the outside, and he was running. He wasn't running a flag. He was running a post. He saw the throw and he tried to adjust, but there was no way he could get to it. So I'm saying one of them, they weren't on the same page there. Why are you not looking back at 46?
He's got 3 touchdowns, Stu. How many you want him to get tonight?
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now, you want him to get, how many you want?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I keep throwing it until they show me they can stop it. And if they can't stop it, I'm going to throw it to them. He's down, that's quarter.
Yeah, he's down.
And you had 3 wide receivers out here with 1 defender.
Banks on the keeper. Stop by number
We didn't want to put him away
Too
before
good.
halftime, right?
Brings up the halftime.
This is where you practice on that
Southeast
tough
of
love.
Saline, 29, Sacred Heart,
Son.
0.
You better get this together. And folks, we'll see you at the halftime show.
However you get to access, just get to access. Come visit us at 215 North 9th Street, Salina, Kansas. Phone number is 75823-2500.
Welcome to the Half Game Show, sponsored by Maori Clinic. And tonight we have Sacred Heart hosting Southeast Saline. And the score might not be indicative because the score is Southeast 29, Sacred Heart 0. But it's really been a number of mistakes by both teams, but the majority of the mistakes has been on the Sacred Heart side of the ball. I think, 5 turnovers for them?
Yeah, but really, in reality, Southeast has had their way. They could pass whenever they want to. Yep. There's no stopping the pass. They killed a couple of drives themselves because they wanted to.
Yeah.
Is the way I see it. Because they didn't do what got them there, as you were saying.
Yep.
You keep throwing to your bread and butter. They didn't keep throwing to their bread and butter, and that probably cost them a little more than they would have on the scoreboard right now.
Oh, I agree with that. Number 46 has caught 3 touchdown passes, and they keep throwing to this other kid. He's got 1. But that's all he's got is 1. He's had a number of drops, and he just had a pass interference call on him that killed this last drive. They could have put points on the board. 46 has been unstoppable. And there's 2 sayings, and I've been saying it in the game. 1, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And 2, you dance with the one that brought you. 46 has not been stopped. The only way you're going to stop him is legally putting 1 man underneath and 1 over the top and just cut down the window that the quarterback has to throw the ball to him. Now, he's been able to adjust, use his body to block out. The only way you're going to stop him is gang tech him at the line of scrimmage, which will be defensive passes only, but he ain't going to get downfield. Or you're going to have someone get up and jam him at the line of scrimmage. But I don't see that happening because this is a big kid. He's 225, he's about 6'4", maybe 6'5". I don't know if he's the 6'6" kid I've heard talk about in the interview I heard on KSAL. But everything they're throwing to him, he's caught.
Yeah, both defenses, they've had slot backs both wide open on the field where passes could have been made. Maybe the quarterback can't audible, but I mean it's obvious.
I would go in and just say, okay, let's say Joe's that 46. Say, Joe, I see you uncovered next time. I'm going to yell blue. Blue means I'm throwing it to you.
That's right. Run down the field.
And so the whole team knows that when I say blue, offensive lineman, you don't go downfield. You stay here and block. We're changing this into a throwing because he's uncovered.
Right.
But yes, Sacred Heart has been woefully outplayed. Now, this is an undermanned team. This is a 2A team playing against a 3A team, and there is a size of the teams. There's also a size and size difference in bodies, and Southeast is the bigger body, and they have really kind of throttled down Sacred Heart, I probably wouldn't surprise me if Sacred Heart has less than 50, 60 yards total offense.
Yeah, but they came out, even after the safety, they came out pushing the ball, but then it's just like all the air was let out. And it's their defense that's actually letting it out because the other team scored.
Yep, and the safety, we didn't count as a turnover, but that was on the very first series.
Yeah.
And we didn't count that as a turnover, but that was 2 points for Southeast. So, folks, I don't know what's going to happen at the start of the second half, and thank you for watching the Maori Clinic Halftime Show.
By law, public access is open to all citizens and to all viewpoints and for only non-commercial purposes. If you have any idea for a television program, we want you to be a member and we want to cablecast your program. TV for you, by you. Just give us a call at 785-823-2500 to find out more.
First half was a absolute disaster for Sacred Heart. They're down 29-0. It could have been a lot worse, except that Southeast of Saline shot themselves in the foot enough times. All right, he might have got the corner. Nope. Well, he got enough up over the 30. He's going to be out at the 31. If he had got a block, that's all he was needing after he broke back. He cut to the left. And actually there was a mix-up. The one guy who should have cut the ball went ahead to block, and the guy coming from behind had to pick it up off the ground. We were always taught you never let the kickoff touch the ground.
But he should have actually been tackled back at the 20.
Yeah,
I mean,
he should have been.
Missed tackles.
And sometimes on kickoff,
I hate that trying to roll under the tackle.
Yeah, and on kickoff, that can happen a lot because you're running down as fast as you can to cover, and you don't break down in good tackling speed. There's just a late handoff.
There he goes.
You'll be all the way down inside the 40.
Murray on the carry.
Well, there's some of that speed that they talked about.
Foley on the stop.
Well, that's who they've been trying to pass to in that far corner.
On the Sacred Heart, 38-yard line.
Yeah, I thought it was that tall kid up there, way out there. What's his number?
10.
Is that number 10?
Yeah, he's the tallest one on the team.
Okay,
He's
that's
taller
Kanan
than
Hayes.
46.
Then he's the 6'6" guy, and 46 is the 6'4" guy. Okay, that was a quarterback keeper. He's going to take it down inside to 35. I could pick up about 3 yards. Now, you don't mind 3 yards on first down in this area only because you're calling 4-down territory. But you'd rather have 4 to 5 yards or more on your first down.
3 second down and 6 yards to go.
The old rule, though, is if you get 3 downs a carry, you don't have to worry about it.
There's going to be a loss.
A big-time loss.
They blitzed, and they had the right blitz called for the right play of Southeast Saline. Again, those delayed plays for Southeast Saline have not really worked. It's the more the quick things, hit, go, go, go.
Number 10 is the tallest one they got. And there's what, 46? Was that 46 or 48 decided?
Yeah, but he's a lot thicker than number 10.
Yeah.
And he's uncovered. And they go throw out that should have been intercepted.
Bank pass intended.
And I don't understand, when you got a man uncovered, why are you not throwing the ball to him? And now I'm going to put that on 2 shoulders. One, the head coach, or the coach, quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, to say, young man, when that man's uncovered throwing the ball, then I'm going to throw it onto the quarterback saying, hey, open your eyes and see. Yeah, number 10 is only 190. Number 46 is 225.
Bully and Quill.
Whoa! Over his head again.
Whoa! Wow, good field position.
Wow, that wasn't even close.
Good field position.
He couldn't even
covered.
He couldn't even jump.
90-yard line. The 1st and 10, Sacred Heart.
And that goes totally on the long snapper. And sometimes at this level, long snapper and center is the same person. You get up to 4A and usually 5A and 6A, and you've got a guy who's your designated long snap.
Well, the coach may be a little bit upset, but I'm thinking he's not that mad right now.
No, but I don't understand why they're not throwing at 46 when he's uncovered in the slot.
Handoff. Whoa. That's
all the way down to the 10.
Is that Kyle Quill?
Kyle Quill.
Yep.
On the carry on the right side.
Now,
5'10", 130 pounds.
this might have put some wind back into Sacred Heart sails.
Timeout on the field.
Is there a man down?
Yeah, he's on one knee.
No, he's on his back now.
It's a cramp. It's a
Yeah.
cramp. And being a warm day like it was, Coach told me, Coach Graber told me that
74.
Cooperation for all the children to please stay off of the track and or near
Ryan
the field.
Peterson.
Please get in the stands. There's no play areas to be around this area. So please, for our assistants, get them into the stands.
and away from the cameras. We have had a little difficulty with that this game. But Coach Graber told me that one of his concerns was keeping the kids hydrated. He said they really preached to them to stay drinking water, get it, no pop, but water and more water all day long. And as soon as they go to the sideline, they need to be soaking up water. The problem is if you're playing both ways, that's a problem. Touchdown.
There he goes. That's Alvarez, number 28.
Touchdown.
Alvarez on the right side. Touchdown, Sacred Heart.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is that's a defensive lineman and a running back. So he's down in the trenches battling.
But he had some
coming
nimble
from
little.
that football,
He has
field
some
box
nimble
spot.
feet.
Yeah. He's playing fullback right now, though, right? Yeah.
I believe so.
Tristan Slagle for the point after.
Good.
All right, with 9:58 to go in the third quarter. The score is Southeast 29, Sacred Heart 7.
Sacred Heart 7.
So that's a good start after coming out at halftime.
Yep. Oh, we have a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
Oh, legal procedure.
Illegal procedure. So they're going to take that point off the board, moving back 5 yards and make them re-kick.
Wow. Do you kick or do you go for two now?
I say you kick it.
They had a hard time getting that one off.
You need to go for a two sometime because if you score 4 touchdowns, kick extra point, you're still going to be 1 point behind.
Flag again.
Don't go
Flag
anywhere.
on the play.
Are we going to get a kick clean yet?
No, this time on the defense.
Oh, it is. Both sides defense.
Defensive offsides.
They'll
on the
decline
play.
it. Or be marked off.
Well, you sure don't take points off the board. You'd say, oh, that's there.
No. I don't know if they decline it or if it's accessed on the kickoff. So they're saying it's a dead ball. Move it back 5 yards, and they got to so this would be the third attempt for an. It's a dead ball penalty. So it's like the play never happened. So it's automatic. You got to re-kick. So this is the third
Why
attempt.
didn't they start that? Why didn't they say something earlier? They could have stopped that a lot sooner.
They should have. But this crew is not a good crew. You've had 2 inadvertent whistles too. All right, no longer on the field. Kick is good. So now we say 29-7.
Southeast of Saline 29, Sacred Heart 7.
Well, the kids are back. So I'm going to keep an eye out for the AD. I've already talked to him. Folks, when you come out to the game, if you got kids, they're supposed to stay with you. Not run around all over the place. And the problem is Sacred Heart's not used to having a camera crew here. But we've still had that problem time with the South Central crowd.
I was just getting ready to say that, Stu.
We actually have parents who drop their kids off and they go do something, treating this as free kindergarten, I guess.
I used to kind of do that too.
Southeast of Saline, number 48, Kyle
I
Stewart.
do remember letting the kids
And
go to
number
the
4,
game with their
Ben Murray.
friends. But then I'd show up a little bit later just to see how
Kicking
they
for
were.
Sacred Heart, number 67, Tristan Schlegel.
Well, Laura never got that chance because I was here working with, and she worked with us for up to going to K-State. Man, she got a scholarship because of all the community hours she put in here. Now that's the way you run it. That's the way you run a return. He ran it hard. He didn't get a lot of blocking help, but he ran it hard.
He did.
If he had got some blocking,
Oh, cramp again. Got another
Stewart on the
cramp.
return.
He's trying to
Kaiser
stretch
on
it
the
out.
stop for Sacred Heart. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line.
well, Southeast got to get away from these delayed plays. They haven't done anything with them. They need to be quick hitters, and they just need to throw the ball to 46.
Check that, 24-yard line.
You got 46 in the slot on one side, and
There's a handoff to the up back. He's going to get about 5 yards on the carry. See, now that picked up yards, wasn't a delay. It was a quick
Murray on the
handoff.
carry.
Boom.
Abel Alvarez on the stop.
see that what I mean? That's it.
A gain of about 5
Alvarez
yards.
again.
It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, but you keep running them and you keep moving them from side to side. Fourth quarter, they're not going to be as.
Boy, he's going both ways. He's bound to
Yeah.
get that. Not only
And
just
on
going
defense,
one
and on
way.
defense, you're fighting every snap with
Yeah,
somebody.
and he's in the trenches, really. He's in there that time.
All right, and they ran to the short side of the field. He waited too long to pitch. And the reason why I'm saying that is when you're on the short side of the field, you got to make your decision a little bit quicker to give your running back room to be able to make a move before he runs into the sideline.
Murray on the carry.
He did not do this.
Alvarez
And
on the stop.
Mr. Banks is a junior, and he was not a starter last year. He played behind Corey Schlesner.
3rd and 5.
And that's where the coaches have got to work with him and just say, hey, son, when we're running the short side of the field, you got to make a decision sooner. He's not going to throw it.
Oh, he's wide
Open again. He's going to be up over the 45. Then
Thanks to Montgomery. Stop
I mean,
for
you
the
got
ninth,
people
number
here on the
23.
stands that are seeing this and yelling out. And I don't understand why Sacred Heart's not getting somebody out there on him.
And Luke Dole.
I mean, it's almost like he should have a red light on top of his helmet. They're going to throw the ball to me, you're not covering me.
Yeah. Dropped it. Come on. Good one.
Dropped him all the way back to the 35.
On the play.
Again, he's taking his eye off the ball. It's not so much as it being bad snaps as he's not watching the ball all the way into his hands.
Now this is how they should have been playing
Tonight.
This is how they should have been playing the first half, so they could be in this game right now.
There's really not, he's kind of uncovered again. I guess he gets Southeast Saline. Yep. Now Southeastern's shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah,
The
look.
Trojans.
Look where the first down markers are at.
Yeah.
But in reality, they probably can pick that up.
They can, but this quarterback has got to watch the ball the way into his hands. I've watched this a number of times. It's not been a bad snap. He's just not watching. He's trying to look at what the defense is doing before he gets the ball.
Put him in motion. He almost dropped that one.
He's open again.
Oh!
That's not bad. There was a guy there. But 46 was open if he would have had time to throw the ball.
But they had to rush in on
But the problem is,
For Murray,
if he would have stepped up, the rush wouldn't have went around the backside of him.
Brings up a
Instead, he
third
turned and
down.
ran from it instead of stepping up into the pocket and throwing the ball. You can't be scared of getting hit with the ball. You're a as a quarterback, you're going to get hit. Still deliver the ball. 46 was open. He would have put it. I don't know if he would have had enough for a first, but he would have got a lot of yardage.
There they go.
All right. That's not bad. You got about 8 yards on the play.
Thanks to Montgomery on the completion.
Too good. On
Jared, too good on the stop.
They're going to give him 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, too
And
good.
now you're in a little bit better punting
Brings up a
position.
fourth down.
As long as he doesn't
About
snap it over his
16
head.
yards to go. Bully and Quill are back for the Knights.
And that's better. Oh, nice kick, nice kick, nice kick. Caught about the neck of the 19.
Oh, he caught a cramp or something. Did you see him?
Yep,
Bully
yep.
on the
He's
return
got a cramp.
at about the 28-yard
You can see
line.
him start going
Be
gimpy
first
a little
Yep,
bit there.
that's all.
Sacred Heart.
It's a cramp.
He was.
Kids have got to be soaking up water. They need to be soaked. And the other thing, what you can do during the day is you can take salt tablets. Because the reason is salt helps you retain water. So we used to take salt tablets on game day. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah, I do.
And didn't have the fancy things you could carry water with you back in our day.
No.
And also, they didn't preach about, timeout, Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart.
Hope that doesn't come back to burn them.
Well, they didn't preach a lot of the things they do today. When you got a concussion, if you didn't get back in there, you were soft.
Yeah, it was called, you got your bell rung, you're okay, son.
Going back in there.
And that's when you would actually have, son, you're in the wrong huddle.
Yeah. What just happened? I don't.
Oh,
where
really?
Am I at?
Okay.
Walk
was a
over to
concussion.
the other side. Yeah.
I will tell Charles off the air, but a year ago we had a young man that played football with us, who graduated in '79, who committed suicide last year.
Wow.
And what his family doesn't know is, and I found out why, and I'm saying his family might, but I don't think they do, but he had a number of concussions in high school. And then through his lifestyle, he had a number of concussions after high school. And he started forgetting names of his kids and grandkids.
Wow.
And what I was told is he went to talk
First and 10.
to the doctor,
Sacred Heart.
and they said it was the onset of whatever that HCE,
Nowhere.
where you start to forget things.
Quill on the carry
And
on
he
the
didn't
right
want to go
side.
through that, didn't want to put his family through it, so he committed
Stop on the
suicide.
play by number 58, Tanner Thaxton.
And it's kind of sad because there's a number of us who went through that.
Yeah.
Brings up the second down and 10.
Actually, lost about half a yard on that play. But now they have what they call concussion protocols. And
They got, and even in high school, they can't. They got.
no, they got a concussion protocol they have to go through and they have to pass before they're allowed to play again. Oh, he dropped it. He was about to get lit up by a safety though. 47 was coming up ready.
It don't matter. You got to hold on to that ball.
But yeah, he
pass.
Yeah.
He probably took his eye off because he saw that guy.
My dad said would say he had hit him in the worst possible place, the hands.
Yeah, they call that footsteps.
Yep, these kids are getting a little bit more rowdy, and we're going to, as soon as I see a Sacred Heart person.
So third and about 11 yards.
Easily. He's been rushed.
Oh.
Fumble. I'm not going to say incomplete.
Well,
Where's the red flag? I want a review.
That.
Where's that red flag? I want a review.
That guy came in untouched.
Yeah, he did.
Incomplete pass. Sewer on the pressure.
And that's going to put him into a punt.
And approximately 11 yards.
Sacred Heart hurt themselves again. I don't know if he would have got a first
Well,
down.
they didn't hurt
on that
themselves as bad though as they've had.
Right, but that incomplete pass that should have been incomplete would have, if not got him a first down, it would have put him third and short.
Yeah. We got a
Instead of fourth and long.
Play calling then.
Yep. Line drive. Uh-oh. They said this kid's got the speed.
Touchdown.
They were right. And a line.
Got a man down over there.
And a line drive kick.
Southeast of
Number
Saline.
67.
A line drive kick
There is a flag
is good for a
on the
return
play.
because the.
Tristan Slegg.
You keep an eye on it while I finish. It doesn't allow the punt coverage team to get down in time to cover the punt.
Is it another cramp?
Holding against the Trojans.
Might be. Yeah, they got his leg up.
Holding, boy, that's a big call. Holding against the Trojans is a big call.
Yep.
That is a big
They
call.
took 7
points right off the board.
Yep. Now, if it's a spot foul, I see it's over at the 42, 43, 42-yard line, looks like.
Ooh. Big play. Yeah, they seem to be catching a lot of cramps tonight, huh?
Well, when you play both ways, that will happen. Yep, now take it back to the 32.
First and 10, Trojans.
Well, that's the.
And if the truck's listening, if you got somebody can come up here, maybe shoo these kids out of here, I'd appreciate it. Or find a Sacred Heart person to shoo them out of here. And that was a really very, I mean, there was some blocking, but there was some very good running on that return.
Yeah, he ran.
He ran. He made people miss. It wasn't just a clear shot. He made people miss.
And when he got past that first line, you seen him accelerate. Fake quarterback up the middle.
All right, now that's a good carry. He's going to take it up to
Banks
about
on the quarterback keeper.
39-yard line.
Number 23, Trace Leonard's on the stop. Gain of about 6 on the play. Second down and 4.
Microphone up here, they're fine. Kids are kids, man.
Got second down and 4.
Quarterback. He goes. Did he get that?
No, he's going to be about a yard short.
Banks on the keeper again.
He got stuck pretty good too.
Yeah, he did.
Christian
They might
Bonilla
even have lost a
on
yard.
the tackle.
No, they had at the
Brings up a 3rd and 2.
they had it at the 38. He got to the 40.
So he picked up a 2 yards.
And this is where I would love to see a quarterback go up under center. Because the quarterback sneak.
He's going,
Quarterback
right? He's
keeper.
going straight up the gut. And all the way. He looks like it's going to be a touchdown.
I'm looking for laundry. I see none. Touchdown.
Banks on the quarterback. Keeper.
Quarterback dead up the
They
middle.
went with that man in motion who they faked to, Murray. The safeties and the linebackers all slid to their left, opening up a hole for him to run up and through. And maybe whatever wind was in their sails went to a dead calm.
Yeah. Now you need a block here.
Number 4, Ben Murray, for the attempt of point after.
Kick is
Oh,
up
good.
low, but it's good.
Up and good.
You know, these kickers have actually been pretty decent.
Yeah.
Their kickoffs are not been bad.
With 3:52
Outside of one bad punt, both teams have punted well.
Southeast
Over
of
30
Saline,
yards, 35
36,
yards
Sacred
easily.
Heart, 7.
All the extra points have been made.
Which
And
is
if you-
not a lot for Sacred Heart.
All right. So with 3:52 left to go in the third quarter, we got a score of Southeast Saline 36, Sacred Heart 7. And the reason I'm saying that is down the road when you get into district play, an extra point or a field goal can mean the difference between maybe going into the playoffs or not going into the playoffs.
That's true.
And having a good kicking team and a good punting team that could pin the team deep. Like we said earlier, you can exchange a punt and get into better field position just on a punt exchange. And Bill Snyder taught everybody that special teams is just as important as offense and defense. I mean, I think the deal is they have led the nation in non-special team scoring and non-offensive scoring by defense as well for years. I mean, they're in the top 5 in all those type of categories. And I tell you, games have been won because of those things. Now he's got to kick this off into the wind. He's kicking a squibber.
Quill.
That was picked up just inside the 25. And he's going to carry up to the 36. Yeah, it's an 11-yard return, but you get the ball at your 36.
35-yard line.
That's better than a 20 anytime.
Now you need to punch it down the field.
And you've got to score 29 points. You've got to score 29 points.
That's still not out of range. You got another quarter.
You got a whole quarter. But you got to score, and you got to score somewhat quick.
Yeah, you need one now.
You needed to split it and just start throwing the ball. And when I'm saying split your wide receivers wide. And they are. They got 4 wide receivers wide, 1 back with the quarterback.
That's Alvarez.
And Southeast Saline, too much time. Southeast Saline
Flag on the play.
had 3 men in the down position, but they had the
Delay
linebacker up on the far left defensive end up in a stance, but he was in a stance leaning forward to rush the quarterback.
You don't start out a set of downs like that when you need to score.
Not when you just got the ball. You should have already had your play called, run out there and set up and go.
Oh!
No, they won't call that because what the ruling is, once the ball is in the air, both the offensive man and the defensive man have equal right for the ball. And if both are going for the ball and their feet get tangled up, that's not considered pass interference. Because not intentional, they're both looking up for the ball. They have the equal opportunity to go for that ball, and that's the thing.
Well, if that's the case, what you ought to do is when you can't get there, is just trip the guy.
If it's
And act like you're going for the ball.
if it's an on-purposeful trip, then you'll get the flag thrown on you. But if both are actually making a play on the ball, no, they will not call it. And that wasn't going to be complete. Number 4 had played that really well. The safety for Sacred Heart, Ben Murray,
For number 6, Ty.
he played that really well. If they had been thrown a little bit farther, he could have made a play on it.
Who, number 6, Kyle Quill, right? could have made a play on
Brings
it.
up a
The
third
freshman.
down and 15.
But he saw Murray coming out of the corner of his eye. More than likely, and you're a freshman. You're not going to have the maturity and the experience level that a junior or senior has.
That's right. That's right.
It's not bad.
Well, give him a couple of years.
It's just a deal of snaps. He needs more snaps.
He's in the slot now. Oh!
Now, if they didn't grab him by the face mask,
He did.
no, wait a minute. I've seen this before. The hand is down on the shoulder pads underneath the face mask. It looks like a face mask, but it's not a face mask.
No. It's right below it.
It's right below. You can grab right underneath the face mask onto the jersey.
All on the 22-yard line.
It's the front. It's not a horse tackle from behind.
So I wonder if this how this kicker's going to get off this kick. Number 67.
Yeah, he got fourth down and 26.
Yeah, and he had a cramp earlier.
In them lime green shoes, yes.
That's a good kick, though.
Okay, now that was smart by Mr.
Murray
Murray.
on the return.
That was a smart play by Mr. Murray. He got about 7-8 yards on the play and then took it out of bounds.
Ball's on the 50-yard line. It'll be first down.
I think we got a party going out in the parking lot. And I don't know what it's about. The game's in here, fellas, girls and
Check
boys.
that. Ball on the 47, first and 10.
There's 46 again. Made one guy miss.
Wow.
Second guy missed, and he's down inside the 40.
Going back to the bread and butter.
Well, it was like a long time ago, the ESPN guy said, "Call me Butter, because I'm on a roll." They haven't found a way to stop 46, so don't stop throwing to him.
Sacred Heart Knights. First and 10 Trojans.
Again, he did not need to jump. He just did what the Sacred Heart wide receiver did in the first half. He did not need to jump up and catch the ball. All he had to do was.
Alvarez, though, he's busting through there. He's in.
But these kids are getting too excited. They're trying to make a difficult play when they don't need to make a difficult play. All you got to do is reach up, catch the ball, turn and go. Now you have an incomplete. That kid bounced off him like a cue ball. Did you see that?
Yeah. Wow, he's down. 61.
Abel Alvarez.
Or 60. See that Alvarez
It's
is
a
in.
I could see he's got a cramp.
He's back up. See that Alvarez was in on that tackle too. I'm telling you, that guy's playing nose guard. He's
And
pushing-
fullback.
And he's pushing them back. He's breaking through there. They're using that back to stop him when he
They had
gets
an
through there.
Alvarez that played for South, graduated with my stepson in 06. I wonder if they might be related. This kid was a tough kid. He was a wrestler and football player. Nice quarterback keeper down inside the 45.
Banks on the carry.
He's going to make it be about fourth, maybe 2. Yeah, long 2.
Stop on the play. Too good. Leonard and Williams.
This is where your offensive line should take over the game. Missed tackle and runs him out all the way down.
10,
Banks.
9.
Did he mark him? No, I thought he'd come back up. I thought he'd come back up.
John Paul Jacobs on the stop for the Sacred Heart Knights.
About the 16.
Ball on the 16-yard line. 1st and 10.
And he caught the ball with his hands and did not try to catch it against his body.
They got 4 down. Hand off.
He's got the corner. He didn't get it cleanly. He didn't get it clean. He's down inside the 15, but he still got some yards.
Jackson Montgomery on the carry on the left side. Quill on the stop for the Sacred Heart Knights. Gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
I don't know what's going on over there, but sure is a lot of yelling. More yelling over there than there is in the game. Quarterback keeper.
Nowhere.
He faked it 2 different people.
Banks on the keeper.
Number
Jared Toogood on the stop for the Knights.
And that's the 4th quarter with a score of...
Gain of about 1, bringing up about a 3rd and 5.
Southeast Saline 38. That couldn't be. It should be 36, shouldn't it? Should be 36-7. It was 29-7. Then they scored 7 points. That should be 36, not 38. They haven't scored another safety.
No, they haven't.
The score should be 36-7.
Yeah, it should be 36-7.
Yep.
Not that it matters all that much.
No, not at this point. I'm Sacred Heart coach. And I'm going to tell you something. These are several years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago or so, Central had a bit of a down year because they graduated this great senior class full of athletes. And the next 2 classes had some athletes, but they weren't really highly loaded in them. And I was talking to Mike, and I told him, Mike, I think they came in 4-2 or something into the South game. I said, Mike, these are the times that try men's souls. And he goes, you're right, Stu. I said, but this is the time when you can do some of your best coaching, because your kids really need to be coached. And as a coach, it can be challenged, but this is when your coaches step up and you find out if they can coach or not. And seriously, this is where you find out if they can coach or not. You got to get them back out in that practice field Monday, and you got to get their heads up and get them focused. Well, now we're back to our end of the field where we can see things. Is that Nate coming back out?
Be 3rd down and 4 for the Trojans on the 15-yard line.
Quarterback keeper. He's in. Touchdown.
Keeper.
He lunged forward with the ball.
Southeast.
You think that's proverbial nail in the coffin? Or was the last touchdown the nail in the coffin?
Last touchdown was the nail.
So this is the first spadeful of dirt?
Yeah, that is. Let's bury him, boys. Wonder how that Salina South team's doing.
I don't know. Well, let me pull up my phone. Todd Pittenger was going to try to keep me apprised of this situation.
Here they go.
It's the swinging gate again.
Oh, back. Hit him in the back right there. All day long. That block was in the back. Move it back.
Holding against Southeast.
Straight in the back.
Well, now I think you have to switch from a swinging gate to let your offense set up and really throw a running off. No, they're going to go back to the swinging gate. And as a defense, you've got to go out here and honor this out here. It's there. 46.
46 it is.
Murray to Montgomery completes the 2-point play. Flag on the play.
Well, Salina South starts out with a loss, 14-7.
Sounds like a defensive game.
Ineligible man downfield.
Wow. And see, that's the problem with that swinging gate.
Wow.
Guys went out the block and went too far. Just run a regular offensive play.
Well, basically, where you're at, you ain't got much of a choice, do you?
No.
That's what they're going to kick it.
I think he's got the leg for it, especially got the wind in his back, too. This amounts to like a 34-yard, and it was blocked.
Good.
It was blocked. So a score 11:55 left to go, or 11:56 left to go in the
fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Southeast of Saline.
Southeast 42, Sacred Heart 7.
Sacred Heart 7.
So
if you'd like to order
makes me wonder what the Central score is.
Football T-shirt. Tonight is the last night. Find Susan Williams and place your order with her. T-shirts are $12. Dry fit shirts are
Well,
$15. The football team will be hosting a chili feed on
who do we have next week, Charles?
From 11 to 2 p.m. at Sacred Heart High School cafeteria. Tickets are $6 per person. You can purchase at the ticket, or purchase a ticket from a football player or the school office.
What are you trying to say, Stu? Parties
or
over
to
in
go
this game?
containers will be available.
You still got, I mean, just 4 or 5 seconds short of a full quarter to do something. This is where Sacred Heart coaches need to get in, talk to guys, say, hey, we need to get something going where you can maybe build
Something
2
positive.
drives
Back deep for Sacred Heart.
and score
23.
and get
Trey
some
Lewis.
rhythm going with your offense
And number
that you
6,
can carry into
Quill.
next week's practice and the next week's game. That's going to go into the almost in the end zone, all the way back to the 3. Ooh, he's not even going to make it back to the 20.
He stopped. He
Yeah.
tiptoed.
And you can't do that. Like I told you
Later
earlier
on
in the
the
game, return man's got to run the ball hard,
The 19-yard
and you
yard line.
can't be gun shy about taking a hit.
Kyler Sewer on the stop. 1st and 10, Sacred Heart.
Well, ball was loose.
Fumble.
Southeast got it.
Fumble on the play.
He never had it. He was fumbling as he ran towards the line of
Returned
scrimmage.
recovered by Southeast of Saline.
And I'm telling you
The
right
Trojan
now,
football.
Well,
1st
he's a
and 10.
freshman, you know. And you
I
can
don't
see
know
it.
how good of a handoff it was either. You know, and that's something you'll be able to tell in film. But both teams have not done a real good job of taking care of the ball. I think this is their 6th turnover, isn't it? Not counting the safety. I think this is about their 6th turnover. 5th or 6th turnovers. You can't have that many turnovers and expect to be competitive in a game. Somebody move. What happened is someone kind of flinched on the defensive side of the line for Sacred Heart, causing one of the Southeast Saline guys to move.
Ball on the 31-yard line.
And that comes down to discipline. You don't move until the snap.
Whoa,
Yeah, there's the flag.
There's the defense. Defense jump.
And see, you just got a 5-yard penalty, and now you're
Just
going to
gave
give them
it
5
back.
yards back. Both these teams need to be a lot more disciplined.
Sacred Heart.
And when you have a bunch of new kids, this is one of the things you deal with. 46 is open.
Oh,
He's going to be down at the 1. But 46 was open.
Jackson Montgomery on the completion. Down to the 1-yard line.
You had one guy guarding 2 people over here. And he never even bothered to look. He's got to be able to he's keying in on one wide receiver. And if I'm a safety and can cover ground, I'm going to get an interception. Touchdown.
Banks on the keeper. Touchdown Trojans.
Okay, that's not just a spade full of dirt. That was a whole front end loader full of dirt.
what are you saying? It's the party's over?
Yeah, the party's ended. I think the party's out there in the parking lot with all that yelling's been going on there. We ain't gonna figure out
Oh,
what's
they
going on,
done
folks.
shut that party down over there, I think.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I still see people over there by that white SUV, but I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, there was more noise and everything over there than it was here in the stadium.
Whoa.
Blocked again.
blocked.
Blocked again. They got.
So you got some things that you could. Oh, good block. So you got some positive things you can take. You got the touchdown you can take. You can take
You
home
blocked
two
two extra points.
Yeah. So
You have forced some turnovers,
Yeah.
but you've not really had a long, sustained drive. The touchdown came on a bad snap over the punter's head, and they got the ball all the way, I think, inside the 15.
Praise and help support the Sacred Heart Booster Club. For a suggested donation of $20, you will receive a free program ticket following the 17-week NFL season. $500 in prizes are given away weekly. Tickets can be purchased at the Craze table tonight.
So, yeah, there's some positives. Not a whole lot, but there is some positives. But the one thing we got to keep in mind is this is an undermanned Sacred Heart team, 2A going against a 3A team.
A cell phone has been found.
More athletes
sure
out,
where it was found.
a little bigger squad
in the
in
booth.
size.
If you're missing a
You
cell
had one
phone,
injury early on,
come and claim it at the booth.
but I think he's back to playing. So it looks like he just tweaked his ankle. And one of those that hurts quite a bit, and after a while you start working on it, it starts to ease up a little bit. He'll pay for it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Best thing you do is try to keep ice on it as much as you can during the night. Not as good a kickoff.
Oh,
You might want to let that go out of bounds. Yeah. He got. Oh, it was a push in the back that didn't get seen. Did you see that? Oh, they did get seen.
Yeah.
It did.
Flag.
Yep. It got seen.
Bully on the return. There is a flag on the play.
We just heard the coaches yelling. I just talked to you about blocking back downfield from the back. He expressed his displeasure. I just talked to you about that. That gets you into a lot of gassers, or what do we call them? What would they call them when we had to run?
Yeah, that's gassers.
Gassers.
But Well, he didn't do nothing wrong.
He pushed him in the back. He reached out with one hand and
Who
pushed on
did?
the kid, the Sacred Heart guy. I want that little guy coming
Well, I
out.
thought it was the coach over there that was yelling.
No, it was this coach right down
Ball
here.
is spotted on the 23-yard line. It'll be first
Okay.
and 10, Sacred Heart.
See, I just told you about blocking downfield from behind.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's a nice gang tackle.
Quill
But you know what they
on the
did,
left
which
side.
is good? They came back and gave him that ball again after he fumbled.
Cody Berry
So,
for Southeast on the stop. Gain of about 2 on the play. Be second down and 8.
Is that Nate coming off the field right there?
who? Good one.
Okay, now that is where the defender, if the defender who was behind had turned and looked to see the ball, he would have been in better position to make an interception
Yeah,
than the
he
wide
would.
receiver. The wide receiver had to come to a complete stop and go to his knees to make the catch, which, because since he cut on his knees, the ball's dead right there.
Yeah.
That's where, as a defender, first of all, you let your man behind you. Can't do that. Secondly, you had no idea where the ball was at because you were so far behind. You weren't able to get up and read the wide receiver's eyes.
It looks like they've got a lot of the backups in there now. Oh, look at him.
You're talking
Good run.
talking about Southeast Saline?
Tyler Young on
I'm
the
talking
carry
about
on the right
Sacred
side.
Heart.
Gain of about 9 on the play. It'll be second down and 1.
Sacred Heart has got some of their backup, it looks like.
Well, I looks like I see some newer bodies in for Southeast Saline
Like
too.
you're running. Oh, that is him yelling. That's the same thing I heard.
Yeah, Coach Graber is not going to be real happy after this game.
Oh,
Now, he could have really hurt that kid if he had wanted to,
yeah.
and he didn't.
Cole Elmore. Pass to Jake Bully, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd and 1.
But if he had really had his head up and got there quicker, he could have had an intercept, and he would have had 6.
Yeah, you could have.
But sometimes these kids so glued on making the big hit, they don't realize that maybe I could have made the interception.
Is this 2 play? Right there.
Incomplete.
Dropped it.
And I'll tell you what,
That was a good pass,
Intended
though.
for Williams.
yeah, that was a good pass.
Incomplete.
That was in his hands.
Brings up a 4th
And
down.
there's been a number of passes that should have been complete passes for
They
Sacred
are
Heart.
catching cramps big time. It's like cramp after cramp.
They have got to concentrate on these kids drinking water during the day. Staying away from juice, staying away from pop, even milk. Drink water, water, water. And then pregame, getting them to drink water. He's down inside to 30. That's
got
going to
the
be enough for a
carry.
first down.
First down, Sacred Heart.
This is what Sacred Heart needs. They need to take the ball, take it, go punch it in the end zone, get something going for them.
Stop on the play, number 14.
And then
Cole
on the next
Leeson.
series on
Number
defense,
58.
they need to
Tanner
put
Paxton.
to stop Southeast Saline so you get something going for them on defense too. Something they can carry into the week for practice. Oh, nice delay.
Wow.
And
Kyle Quill on the carry.
yeah, I would say right now,
By Cole
We got
Leeson.
backup and backup.
yeah, Southeast Saline's got their
Ball's on the 10-yard line.
second team in.
Right.
First and goal to go.
They're calling off names they haven't called all game. And I wonder which one of the Leasters that just Cole was, and yeah, Cole is related to, and there's a sign on the team too. So I wonder which one of the signs that they're, those are two big names out there in Southeast Saline territory. I say a nice stop there.
That was a big hit.
Yeah, it was.
Stop on the play, number 65.
As soon as he hit the line, he was hit.
Loss of 1 on the play.
And I wonder if the two Montgomery boys are related. You got two Berry boys and two Montgomery boys. But I wonder if the Syme kid is related to Larry Syme, a friend of mine. Great athlete.
So, Stu, have you thought about your MVP or player of the game?
Oh yeah, no doubt for me.
That's good.
If they'd thrown the ball some more times, anybody could have picked that. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer now, but and it's not just he caught the pass, the quarterback threw him the ball, but it's the way he blocked people off and the way he caught the ball with people around him, and he didn't make. I remember one drop, and even when he caught and had to make moves, he could make people miss.
Brings up a third down, goal to go.
And if you don't know who I'm talking about, that's number 46. I'm talking about to the people listening. Easton Montgomery, he's a senior, and he keeps playing like this all year. Next year he'll be playing on Saturday.
Oh,
Touchdown.
that's that.
Touchdown.
He went down and got it.
Sacred Heart.
All right, now this is something the offense
Elmore to Bully.
Yeah, you moved it against their scrubs, okay? But you still moved the ball, and you scored a touchdown, and you moved it more than 15 yards or more is what you did on the other touchdown. You actually moved it down the field. You got first down, scored. So you can hang your hat on that for practice for next week. And Coach Graber.
So did
Yes.
they called a timeout. More guys with cramps.
Well, now next Friday, if the weather holds right, we could be playing this game in the 70s.
That'd be good. Nice weather.
Won't bother me. I love that kind of weather. Even during the winter, I sleep with a ceiling fan on high. During the winter, I have the ceiling fan on high, and I have an 18-inch fan right beside the bed blowing on me. I like it cold. Yep, 48-13. But you know, this hasn't been all that clean a game for Southeast Saline either.
No.
They've hurt themselves, shot themselves too many times in the foot for them. Easily, this could be a 50 or 60 point game for them. Easily.
Point after is good.
So with 7:06 on the board, you got 48-14.
Left in the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline 48.
And so there are things that Coach Gebhardt for Southeast Saline can be talking about. The quarterback needs to do a better job of picking up that you got a man in the slot, he's uncovered. What separates good teams from great teams is great teams take advantage of the other team's mistakes. And they make you pay for it. And that's the thing, you got to make them pay for it.
A couple scores from around the area. El Saline beat Inman 41-21, and Lawton is ahead of Central 49-35 with 4:13 left in the fourth quarter.
14-point difference.
McPherson went on to beat Salina South 14-7.
So right now, 2 of the Saline County schools will start the year over. If Central goes ahead and loses that game to Lawton, that would be 3. El Saline won, and they're kind of the high school actually sits in Saline County. Out of bounds. I think it goes up to
El Saline is in Saline County?
Yeah, Brookville's in Saline County.
Oh.
The Ellsworth County line is on the west side of Brookville.
Yep, on the other side. I just remember that.
And their elementary is up there by just off the highway, off that first exit going west from I-135. Bennington and Solomon, even though you might have some kids from Saline County play for them, their schools are not situated in county. And I don't know what St. John's Military School is doing. They're 2A now, aren't they? 2A or 1A? I think they're 2A. They moved them back 5 yards and made them kick. What they did. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. Any flags?
No flags.
No flags. But we got a kid down over there.
Returned by number 48.
That's a Sacred Heart, another cramp.
Another cramp.
Southeast of Saline touchdown.
Well, they had a punt return called back. And now this is a kickoff that's going to stand. And we have another Southeast or Sacred Heart kid cramping. So you take that, put that punt return back on that got called. Yeah. That's a 60-point game.
Yeah. It could have easily been a 60-point game.
And it.
I mean, we go back and look, they passed up some points on earlier in the game.
Yeah. So
and I would say that by their play call.
Okay, let me ask you, Charles. Would you rather be in Coach Gebhardt's shoes this week or Coach Graber's shoes this week coming?
I don't know. It depends on who I'm playing next week.
I'd still pick Gebhardt because you've got a team with some speed. This team but they got some speed on this team. They've got some size up front for being a 3A school. I'm told that that one tall kid, what was his name? They kept throwing to.
Which one? Number 46?
No, the taller one. You said is the tallest one on the team.
Number 10?
Yeah, Kenny Haste. That he's just as good as wide receiver as 46.
Yeah,
and probably faster than 46.
Neither one of them's in there.
And I'm telling you, they see this kick is good. They had 2 extra points. The last 2 extra point attempts have been blocked.
That's good.
Up and good.
And with plenty of room.
So with 6:50 going on the clock, we got a score of
6:50 left in the fourth quarter.
Southeast Saline 55.
Southeast of Saline 55.
And Sacred Heart
14.
And the thing you got to look at, Charles, is you got far less things to correct on the southeast side of the ball or field than Sacred Heart does have over here.
Yeah, you said they're playing this is a 2A school, they're playing a 3A school.
Yeah.
That's just like a 5A school playing a 6A school. And then when you go down to your class, you got just that much more.
But these two are the in-state rivals who hate each other. Sacred Heart
Right.
hates Southeast more than anyone else. Southeast hates Sacred Heart more than anyone else. Usually on this kind of rival games, you see teams rise up and play better. Sacred Heart has not done that.
But again, you're talking about the first game of the season.
First game of the season, yes.
I think that creates a difference right there. Either one of these teams could go on to.
Yeah, but if I'm Coach Graber, I've got a lot of coaching to do this week. And he's going to be caught right at about the 25.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of things that Southeast of Saline can improve on.
Oh yeah.
But I think they've done an excellent job. They got, the points on the board show it, 55
Timeout
points.
on the field. Trojan, timeout.
But I'm thinking of the punt return that was called back, and when they had the ball deep, and they ended up having to turn the ball over and downs because of penalty and then some poor plays.
Right.
Some loss of downs. There's two more scorers. That would have made it 69. You got 2 extra points blocked. That would have made it 71.
Right.
So yeah, as an offense and as a coach, you don't like leaving points out on the field. You want them up on the board. So yeah, there are things that Southeast needs to work on. But it's a whole lot less than Sacred Heart.
Oh, well, of course.
But the selling point is what you said. We just got done playing a 3A school. And Poly, a 3A school is going to be, and if it's not already ranked in the top 10, should be ranked in the top 10.
I mean, what were they? I think they were 7-3 or something like that
It made the playoffs.
So, you got something that you can build off of.
You
right
sure do.
There.
You sure do. Now, what you can say for if you're Southeast Saline,
they started out well. Except for the punt over the head. I mean, the center hiked the ball over the head, but if you look at first, when they first came out, they were starting out well.
And the punter did the right thing, knocking the ball out of the back of the end zone and giving up 2 instead of having let one of the Southeast Saline fall out for 6 points.
That's right.
You could tell the scrubs are out because they had to redirect them. Yep, something was. Calls against Sacred Heart, so they're moving back 5 yards. And I think they still have their starters in, don't they?
Oh.
Sacred Heart?
No, they put some of them back in there.
I wouldn't take a chance with 6:39 let them go. You're not going to win. You've already just.
Maybe it's just to build confidence.
Yeah, but you take the chance of an injury. And when you're thin, you don't need that.
That's true.
Put your second team in. And maybe I shouldn't use the word scrubs, but that's the base football term for the second team guys. Nice throw. And it's nice throw and catch. And that's your starting quarterback.
Elmore to Molly for a first down.
Wide receivers.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
And maybe that's what you're trying to do is get some more momentum going with your starters, because that's Sam Alvarez back there, right?
Yep. Whoa, good block, Alvarez.
That number 14 came up with Cole Leister. He's a senior, 140 pounds, and he
pushed out by Hunter White.
He didn't shy about coming up putting a hit on him.
No, but as soon as that guy that broke up the middle, Alvarez gave him a good block, too, for him to get that pass off.
Well, I wonder if he's related to Randy or Rick. But Randy and Rick catches Mike. And this guy's
Abel Alvarez
on
the right side.
Short kid.
First
As you can
down,
see
Sacred
there.
Heart.
They actually brought another person in from Southeast Saline. I don't know if that's a starter came back in or another second or third teamer. Out of bounds. I think it was interfered with enough by the safety who came up there and made a play that he juggled it. And
But that was a good catch.
Incomplete pass.
Even though he went out of bounds, that was a good catch.
yeah, but he juggled it first.
Brings up the second
Yeah.
down and 10.
And I think that play was made because the safety got in there and got his hands in there. But you're taught to knock the ball down to the ground, not up in the air where it can still be caught. Don't tip it. You want to almost like a block in a volleyball. You want to block it down where it's an incomplete. All right, now there was good coverage there on both men. Good coverage. The underneath man was covered. The wideout was covered.
Elmore pass.
And here's where
Intended for Kyler
you're
Young.
building for the future
Incomplete.
for Southeast Saline.
Third and 10.
You got your second, third teamers in, maybe sophomores and freshmen. And now they're getting some quality time against the first string offense of Sacred Heart. And this is how you build for the future. It's a draw, delayed draw, and that went nowhere. That was very well played by the.
Kyler Young on the carry.
And see,
They're gonna,
can't go there.
No gain. It brings up a fourth down and 10.
Thank you, Jim. That's why kids should be sitting with their parents. Here's the punt. He let it land, take it on a bounce.
Whoa.
There's some speed.
He's running. Whoa. Good tackle.
Yes.
And that was the kicker, right?
No, the kicker was right back here. He was the last line, and it would have been up to him if he had not been tackled there.
Yeah, Slagle's the kicker.
Oh, he is? Then who's this 83 that was back here?
On the 47-yard line.
83. I don't know who that one is. But remember he has the green shoes on. Kicker.
The lime green shoes.
Yeah, he's the only one out there like that.
I can stand if your school colors were green.
That's what gives him good kicking power.
It's so that mom and dad and everyone else can see where you're at.
Whoa,
Ooh, nice
that's some good
hit.
hits.
Boy, he ran right over that linebacker too.
Rodriguez, the carrier on the play. Stopped by Jackson Gormley.
Rudy Rodriguez, he's a freshman,
Gain of
159-pound
about 3.
freshman.
Second down and
And he
7.
delivered that hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, now this is good experience for your backups
Yeah.
for next year. They get the number 24. Good vision. He saw the hole instead of taking it all the way out the corner. He cut off tackle and
David
carried it
Douglas
down
on the
inside
curve.
the 45. All right, to the 45.
Too good on the stop.
Now you got third down and 3, or a long 2.
Gain
No,
of
it's long
about
2.
3. It'll be third down and 2.
He's going to be down to about,
Douglas on the carry.
he's going to be short of the first. It's going to be short of the first. He's 1 yard.
10, 55 to 14. What do you do? He's not supposed to.
All right, they're going for it. But I've not seen them go on our center once for a snap. Quarterback keeper. He's going to have enough for a first. He's down inside the 40.
He's got it.
Now, you can actually do that,
Number
go off
7,
tackle
Hunter White
to
on
the right
carry.
side and have that man in motion become your lead blocker up in that hole.
Trojans.
Or he can continue going on out to the outside trying to turn all the defenders with him. It's a keep it to the man in motion, and he's going to get maybe about a half a yard to a yard. He should have been dropped for a loss. I think that was number 24, Damon Douglas, a sophomore. And that's another Douglas. That's another big name
Gain of about 1.
for my
Second
era
and 9.
out there at Southeast Saline.
So right now, what are they? They're just warming up for the next game, huh? Wow.
What you're doing is you're doing two things here.
Hunter White on the
You're
quarterback.
building
keeper.
your experience depth for later on in the season. You have injuries,
Gormley and David Anderson
and
on
you're
the
building
side.
for the next
Gain of about
2 or 3 years.
Be 3rd down and 5.
Because these freshmen and sophomores are getting valuable varsity experience,
And
in-game experience.
you're also tearing some of them down. We're just getting
He's still on his feet.
some's getting built up and some's getting tore down.
David
Well,
Douglas on the carry on the right side.
If we truly have the scrubs against the
Leonard on the
scrubs,
side.
you got Southeast Saline right
Enough for a
now.
first down.
Their 2s and 3s are out playing Sacred Hearts 2s and 3s.
But we probably got some starters out there.
Ball on
I
Sacred
don't think
Heart,
so right now for either
24.
team.
1st and 10.
Number 11, he's a corner. Starting that all game.
Well, you got now. What year is he though? Is he a freshman or a sophomore?
He's a junior.
Oh, he's a junior.
Quarterback keeper.
I was going to say if he was a freshman or sophomore, you're letting him keep playing to get more experience.
2nd down
He's,
and 8.
But if the problem is you don't have anybody quality to stick in there,
yeah,
then you got to go with what you got.
especially on them islands, because that's what he's out there on.
But if you don't want to take a chance, that's just a quick hitter to the up back. If you don't want to take a chance of getting somebody hurt,
Rodriguez on the carry.
no, you need to pull your
Right check
starters.
on the stop for Sacred Heart.
You really do. You need to pull your starters and not take a chance on this.
3rd down and 10.
Quarterback keeper, that's not going to go anywhere.
Hunter White on the keeper.
You got 6 seconds, and that's going to be your last play of the game, folks.
It's just about over right now, and it's over.
And there it is. That is the game. For some reason, the horn
Final score.
can't hear the horn,
Southeast of
so you got a final
Saline,
score.
55. Sacred Heart.
Southeast Saline
14.
Trojans come in to Salina Stadium because the Kansas West Stadium won't be done for about 3 or 4 more weeks, and beat
Now we're gonna head to what?
the home Sacred Heart Knights 55 to 14.
Are you a noob? Access TV doesn't care. Come on down and we'll show you how to edit, to film, to even run a soundboard. Give us a call at 823-2500.
This is your post-game recap. The final score of Southeast Saline 55, Sacred Heart 14, and it was as one-sided as it seemed, and it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
If you listened to us in this last quarter here, we kind of went over the Southeast at least left 14 points, 2 touchdowns,
Easy.
and then they had 2 extra points blocked, so that's 16 points that could have gone up on this 55. So you could have been looking at it as 71 to 14 game. And this last touchdown for Sacred Heart was actually scored by their first string offense against the second team defense
Right.
of Southeast.
That is, and you know, I don't know. Maybe you could pull a little bit out, you know, of the good things that you did as far as your Sacred Heart, and then if you're Southeast of Saline, you look back and say, where did we leave points? How can we get those points for the next game?
And on the flip side, if you're Coach Graber, yes, you are a 2A school with only 31 guys out. You've got one of your key men was out for the game and probably will miss next week too. So now you're even thinner going up against a 3A team that has a lot more kids out, and they were a bigger team.
Yeah.
And they've got some speed.
Yeah.
It was shown on the punt return that was called back and then the kick return that stood. They've got some speed. And then the quarterback showed it when he had that nice long run.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
You got to hang your hat, but 5 or 6 turnovers for them. And in the first series, the ball was snapped over the punter's head and it went into the end zone, and the Sacred Heart punter did the right thing and knocked it out of the back of the end zone because there was 2 guys Southeast getting ready to pounce on it. So they gave up 2 points right away.
And Southeast of Saline, they had some bad snaps too.
Yes, they did.
So that's another thing that they may need to look at in this next week is how can we not have those mistakes? Because those all can be turned into points, as we both know.
Right, and as for a clean game, it wasn't a clean game by either team. But Southeast was a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
So, recap, 55-14, Southeast Saline comes in county, and beats Sacred Heart as the home team here at Salina Stadium. That's going to sting for Sacred Heart because they're bitter rivals. But the first game of the season, you got a whole season to go.
Yeah.
And we will see you at the post-game interview. Welcome to the post-game show. We have Jared Too Good, and it's spelled that way, Too Good, as player of the game. And here to present him with the player of the game plaque would be Charles Ross, who happens to work for RE/MAX. And I'll let him do the introduction and the presentation.
RE/MAX Vantage Realtors would like to award you the Player of the Week award this week, Jared.
Thank you.
And why don't you talk about the game to us?
We came out, struggled on our first possessions, and then it was back and forth, turnovers here, turnovers there. And they kind of took ahead, and some of us kind of dropped our heads, but I tried to get everyone back up on their feet, and we rallied back a couple times, and we just couldn't pull it together tonight.
You play both ways. You play left tackle on offense, the money tackle. You play what, defensive tackle on defense? Or
defensive end.
Defensive end. So, in what I heard a guy say in the pro level, every snap you're running into somebody. That's got to wear and tear on you playing both ways. And we saw a lot of cramping going on. Did you have any problems during that?
I did, but it wasn't continuous cramping. It was just like a little spasm. I just pushed through it.
And this is your senior year. You want to go out being successful, and I saw that you were all over the field tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to try my best.
Now, you got a lot of young guys that played, and a lot of young guys that played towards the end of the game, which is good for next year, but it's also good for end of the year, building some depth for you. As a senior and as a leader, what do you need to do next week in practice to get their heads up?
We just need to get everyone back up on their game, and if we have a bad play, we just got to re-cooperate and push through it. Got to have high intensity the whole time.
And you was doing that all the time, even though the score was what it was, you were still out there fighting and trying to bring those heads up, correct?
Yeah.
That's good.
And that's what you have to do. And this is one game. Put it behind it. The old Bill Snyder thing. Put it behind you. Get on. Focus to your next opponent. And you played a 3A team, and you're a 2A team.
Yeah.
You have to remind that too. And you're missing one of your players, Gaskill. That kind of hurt you, made you a little bit thinner. But you came out without any serious injury, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you have next week?
Minneapolis.
At Minneapolis?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
They're a good team. So you just really got to get focused and have a good week of practice.
Yep.
And we'd just like to thank you for being Player of the Week.
No, thank you.
Hey, are you cruising around late at night looking for something to do? Come on down to Access TV and we will help you film whatever you want and get it on air. That's Access TV, 823-2500.
Coach, tough game tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough one. You know, a lot of mistakes. You can't turn the ball over 6 times and make the kind of mistakes we made and expect to beat a bad team, let alone a good team like that. And you know, they're a very talented team, a lot of team speed, and you know, missed assignments, misalignments, beat you more times than getting physically out-hossed. And we had a lot of those tonight. A lot of missed tackles, a lot of missed assignments. I thought our energy got down pretty low the first half after some bad things happened. Challenged the kids at halftime. I really was proud. Now started second half. I thought, you know, we got a little break. Snap, got one in, and had one drive. There was some energy, and you know, it's really hard when you see that you make a mistake and they capitalize, make a mistake, they capitalize. It gets hard to keep your dauber up. I understand that. We got a lot of guys that are getting their first taste of Friday Night Lights, so we'll get better. We'll get better. I got to do a better job of getting them prepared. We didn't look like a well-prepared football team tonight, nor a well-conditioned team, and we got to do a better job of that, and that falls on me.
Again, Coach, but this is the first game of the season, and I think you could take away some things you can build.
Well, our defense, you know, we were worried about the run game. I mean, that was, and our run defense was pretty darn good. You know, they broke mistakes, but overall, our run defense, we did a nice job. Our kids played the jet sweep pretty well. They caught us. You know, they really didn't bring that out. We knew that we worked on it all camp, and they still got to us with it for the one big run. But our run defense was pretty good. Pass defense, again, there you look at 3 of their touchdown receptions. Our guy's all over the guy, and he makes a catch. So, yeah, I mean, our defense, I think we're not that far away. Offensively, we got some things to correct, and yeah, a lot of that's confidence. We just got to be more physical and play with more confidence.
And that's good, Coach. Next week, you got a challenge ahead of you next week.
Yeah, Minneapolis is a good football team. You know, we got very lucky last year and beat them in overtime. They lost some kids just like we lost some kids. They lost some really important inside linebackers. It'll be a challenge. It wouldn't matter who's on the schedule right now. It's going to be a challenge for us to get our kids back mentally, get them healed up a little bit physically. I think most of it is, you know, Jake's back. Farber's back is a little bit of a concern to me. I guess it's been bothering him for a week or so. But the rest of it's all just heat related, you know, cramps. They'll be fine. But yeah, the challenge is just getting I'm worried about our football team. I'm not worried about Minneapolis. I'm worried about our football team coming back mentally, emotionally, and just saying, hey, this one's over. Let's go get the next one. And if we can do that, we'll be fine. You know, we started the same way a year ago, and we're with an eyelash and making a run all the way to a state championship game. So I'm excited about what can happen in the next couple of weeks.
And Coach, Mr. Too Good here was picked as our RE/MAX Advantage Realtors Player of the Week.
Well, Mr. Too Good was real good tonight. He was all over the field and playing his tail off, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And that's why I say our run defense was pretty good. And a lot of that fell on him because they run wide side of the field probably 80% of the time. And so we were flipping him to the wide side of the field. at that defensive end spot, and he knew, hey, you got one job, you cannot get reached, and there weren't very many times that he did, and if he did, he fought off and still made the tackle out the sideline. So when the ball's on the far hash and you're making tackles at the far sideline, that's a pretty good job. So real proud of him, and he's done a good job of with his leadership. All of our seniors have. I'm real proud of our seniors. This was not a group that has ever been very vocal. They are, they're taking care of some young guys and helping them, and so that's going to help your football team.
And I'd just like to thank you, Mr. Too Good, and I'd like to thank you, Coach.
Hey, appreciate the time.
Mowry Clinic provides the Salina community with a comprehensive spectrum of services delivered with compassion and sensitivity. We strive to create a partnership with our patients that promotes health and well-being in all phases of life. We care about our patients, we care about providing quality health care services, and we care about our community. Chances are you know many of us because Mowry Clinic physicians live in Salina. We are coaches for youth sports teams and leaders for Boy Scouts and 4-H. We offer time, talent, and financial support to a variety of community events and charities. Our children attend school with your children. Our families attend worship services with your families. And we are proud to call Salina home. We have a vested interest in the success of this community, and we remain committed to an independent practice model that promotes our proud heritage and philosophy to provide quality medical care centered on the relationship between each patient and the physician of their choice. You have a choice for your medical care. Choose a doctor dedicated to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare services. Choose Mowry Clinic.
I suffered 10 fractures and broken bones. I underwent 5 surgeries in 6 days. He hit our car in the back driver's side door, which is where I was sitting. Both of my parents passed away, and later in the evening, I lost my unborn baby. I started out as a physical therapy major, so I knew it wasn't going to be easy. But when you are as stubborn as I am and strong, you just do what you have to do. The very next morning, we started right in. I didn't want to take the weekend off. I wanted to go and get better. They never let me stop. They just kept telling me, you have a 2.5-year-old home, that's where you want to go. They sincerely care about you and what you want. It's not about them getting paid to do something. It's about getting you back to the person you are and who you want to be.
The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.